The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Rex Ryan's got to weigh in on Justin Fields and the New York Jets. We'll talk about that. Plus, the Jets have signed a new potential kick and punt returner. The latest on that and much more. Jeff Parles will join us. It's the Jake Asman Show. New intro. Let's hit it and get it started.
I'm excited about the things that we're continuing to build and how we're moving forward.
If you're feeling good about the New York Jets, make some noise.
The 2025 New York Jets season is officially here. Can Aaron Glenn lead the team back to the playoffs and finally deliver on the promise this roster has shown? Every step of the journey, the Jake Asman Show will have you covered, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go. Welcome in, everybody. It is indeed the Jake Asman Show. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And a reminder, get on the Patreon. Become an official Asmaniac, patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. When you join the Patreon, I get asked all the time, how do I get in the Discord? The only way to get Discord access is by becoming a Patreon member. With that said, let's say hello to our guy out in Las Vegas. He is the host of Sports by the Book. Jeff Parles joins us now. Jeff, how we doing? Couple days removed from a Jet L that a lot of people are treating like a Jet W. Very odd feel around this game. Give us your initial thoughts.
First off, good afternoon, everybody. Jake, love the shirt. Love the shirt. Very
Thank
nice.
you to the Austrian Jet fan for sending this to me from Austria. How about that?
Wow. There we go. I see. We're worldwide, my friend. We're worldwide here on the Jake Asman Show. You know, all right, let's start with the good. Let's start with the good from something.
There's a lot of good. That's what makes the bad so annoying.
Let's start with the good. If Justin Fields is going to play 70% that good, the Jets are going to win 7, 8, or 9 games. They're going to go over the win total. They're going to be in almost every game if Justin Fields even plays 70% as well as he did. I know there are a bunch of people who are like, he should have ran on the last one, went back, watched the tape. I mean, sure, but there were 3 guys right there. Like, he would have to have made 3 guys miss. I mean, it's tough.
Is that me or you? I think that's me. My fire alarm going off? Now, I've lived in this building now a year and a half. That's the first time I've heard this. I don't know if that's on my building or that's in my apartment.
It is definitely not me because I just muted it. It's not me.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. You keep giving your thoughts, and I'm going to make sure
yourself. There we go.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure my apartment's not burning down. Continue.
I hope it's not, Jake. So, so positives. Fields was incredible. If he's going to play that well, the Jets are going to be much better than everyone else thinks. The camaraderie with him and Garrett Wilson looked really sharp. I mean, GW was awesome other than the last play, which what are you going to do? Jalen Ramsey made a great play. A high-end corner made a great play. There's not much you can do on that. And then Breece Hall was awesome. It looked like rookie year Breece Hall again, which was a really damn good thing to see that Breece Hall had the burst. I didn't even mention how good the offensive line is, even with no AVT. The offensive line, like Jake and I talked about this last Wednesday, how difficult it was going to be replacing AVT on a short period of time. And you know what? The Jet O-line was awesome. The Jet O-line was awesome. And that is going to be a high-end unit, assuming everyone stays healthy. I still think having no real number 2 wide receiver hurts them. That kind of hurt at the end of the game. The tight ends, that was as good of a game Jeremy Ruckert's played in the NFL. Obviously, we're monitoring what Mason Taylor is going to be this week because dealing with injury. So we'll see how healthy he is. But all in all, the Jet offense, I mean, if you told me they scored 32 points, I would have said, oh, the Jets won by 2 touchdowns. And obviously that's not what happened because the Jet defense, and you know, it's weird with the Jet defense because I thought the big three up front, I thought played very well. I thought Quinnen played well. I thought JJ was more than good enough. And obviously WMD had multiple sacks. So I thought the big three up front on the defensive side of the ball actually played a pretty good game. Linebackers are okay. Secondary, other than Sauce, was an abomination. Jake, you and I were texting during the game just how bad everyone in that secondary. I mean, Sauce is the number one guy in Pro Football Focus this week at the cornerback position, and the Jets still gave up 34 points and 4 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers.
Can we give it up to you for hosting the show flawlessly? Because you're a true radio man, a true broadcaster.
Jake, I was just saying how good the offense was. And if you told me before the game 32 points, I said, "Oh, the Jets win by 2 scores." Now, if you flip that and told me the Jets gave up 34, I'd be like, oh my God, it was 34-7, and it was even worse than we could have even imagined going in. So, it's a weird spot, man, because you have to assume the defense will get better, right? You have to assume those guys in the secondary will get more comfortable as it goes along, playing AG and Steve Wilkes' system. But boy, there's only so much lipstick you can put on a pig, right? Like, those players just aren't that good. Like Brandon Stevens isn't that good. The safeties aren't that good. Michael Carter got better as the game got along, but boy, Carter looked totally out of sorts in the first half. But again, Jake, I have a hard time. This team is going to be significantly better than it was a year ago. We may not see it in the final record just because of how brutal those schedule is before the bye, but this team is going to be significantly more competitive and significantly better than it was a year ago, because I think what I saw from the offense was real. I don't know if 32 points is going to be realistic every week, but at a bare minimum, control the tempo, hold the ball for more than your opponent, even if you're settling for 3. I think the Jet offense has the capability of being good, because from what I saw, they had a clue. They were schemed really well. Very impressed with Engstrand. For the most part, I didn't love the play calling on the next to last possession. Obviously, the play calling on the first drive was pretty clear. AG told them, hey, we got to get points on this drive. So that's why they just did the give up run on 3rd and 13 at the plus 22 or whatever the hell it was. But all in all, I thought the offense was schemed very well. Fields looked very comfortable. I was impressed. Defense, I assume, will get better. Not the best opponent to get your defense right against coming up this week, but all in all, I give the Jets a solid B, even in defeat, Jake. I give them a B all the way around, because I was impressed with Engstrand. I was impressed with Fields. I was impressed with the elite players on the defense. The back-end players on the defense have to get better. That's the biggest key to the operation.
And you said a lot there, and I thank you for doing it.
I had to do it. I had to make sure your apartment wasn't on fire, man.
So here's what happened. This fire alarm here, smoke alarm, was going off. Apparently the batteries need to be replaced. So that will be the objective at some point here.
Pretty impressive. Very impressive feats of strength to get it off the ceiling, Jake.
Yeah, I would love to come up with some heroic tale that, I saved, an old lady from a burning apartment room down the hall.
Saved a box of kittens, and no, it's just nothing too good.
But I'm okay. I'm alive. And as far as your assessment, I agree with you. I think it just makes the loss that much more frustrating, given the opponent you have this week now. Like, there's a good chance you're 0-2 and your season's on the line week 3 against Tampa. So, like, they did a lot of good. Everything you said about Fields and Engstrand, spot on. They were both far better than anyone, even if you're an optimist, could have imagined. But seeing Steven struggle, like, this is not like a rookie making his debut. That was the knock on him in Baltimore, and I thought they were going to be able to coach him up. He had a good training camp. So, one more game from him. I want to see AZ Thomas get opportunities. Tony Adams, I mean, he can go on the bench now for Malachi Moore, in my opinion. I'm sure you hit on the Gibson fumble. That was a huge difference in the game.
Didn't even bother with that, because I mean, look, we knew going in that Gibson was a problem. Like, we knew that going in.
And that's why it sucks that he literally cost them a game. And now,
it was such a bad decision. Brutal. It was such a bad roster mistake. And look, AG and Muji will learn from it, like, down the road. They won't make that type of mistake on a fringe special teams guy again. You rectify it today, but it's too late. And yeah, you're right. Even with how bad the defense played, if Gibson doesn't put the ball on the ground, do you really think the Jets are getting stopped by Pittsburgh at that point? Do you really think they're getting stopped? No, I think they were going down and scoring a touchdown and going right back up by 9 points.
And even if Stevens just catches the pick six that hits him in the hand, they overcome the Gibson fumble.
And Carter dropped an interception too. But look,
that's a tough play. But the one in Stevens' hands,
I know.
That's
look,
a pick six.
I'm not gonna destroy defensive players for not making catches like a guy fumbling a kickoff when it's his only duty. But look, it was a roster decision. You and I, we all knew it was a wrong roster decision, Jake. Like that was the thing, and he had the play that he got bailed out by McCreary at midfield where he didn't get touched. Like that was a fumble if McCreary's not on top of it. Obviously, he turned it to nothing because the Jets fell on it and they lost no yardage. But yeah, look, Gibson gave us an amazing moment 2 years ago in Week 1. But after that, he was an undrafted rookie. Like that's what he was. He gave us one great moment, and a lot of undrafted rookies don't give you any good moments, Jake.
100%. It's a lot of good, a lot of frustration because ultimately, they lost. And if you showed any Jet fan the box score before the game, Fields would play the way he did. They'd have 400 yards of offense. They'd put up 32 points. And I said, hey, what do you think the score was? You would have told me the Jets probably won, 32-10 if I gave you that box score.
Yeah, so. I would have said 32, like 32-20, something in that pocket, because it would have been a higher scoring game than we expected. But then on the flip side, if you told me that Aaron Rodgers threw 4 touchdown passes, it would have been, oh my God, the Jets lost by 4 touchdowns. So like, it's a weird spot, man. It's a weird spot because like, there's no moral victories in this league. I don't care how bad the team's been for 15 years. There's no moral victories. Like you score 32 points at home, you're not supposed to lose that game. It just doesn't matter who the opponent is. You're not supposed to lose that game. And I think Pittsburgh is a borderline playoff team, and Tomlin will get an extra 2 wins out of him because that's what Mike Tomlin does better than anyone in NFL history, is get more wins out of mediocre to slightly above average teams. But look, in the end, Jake, you're now playing a Buffalo team. And Jake, I'll tell you this. I was rooting very aggressively for Buffalo to win that game on Sunday night. Because if the Jets had to face the Bills with the Bills 0-1, there was a 0% chance the Jets would win that game. 0. If they were facing an 0-1 Buffalo. Now Buffalo's coming off a miraculous comeback. They're 1-0. There's no risk in the division at this point. I mean, Miami was the worst team in football this week. And the Patriots looked significantly, and I was low in New England going in, Jake, and New England looked significantly worse than I thought they would on offense, which is very alarming if that's the case, if they're not going to be good, if they're not going to be even league average on offense. But there's no one really pushing you. And look, the Jets should be able to move the ball. What did Buffalo struggle with the most last week? Now, obviously, the Jet offense is not Baltimore, but Buffalo couldn't stop Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson until they went like super duper conservative with their run scheme at the end of the game. So I think the Jets are alive. I think this kind of screams like Jets lose by a field goal and another heartbreaker, but I'm not going to give, I don't think the Jets are going to get blown out in this game. I think this is going to be pretty similar to what we saw last week. I think it's going to be a high scoring, close game, kind of like we ended up seeing. Yeah, I think we're getting a game in the mid to high 20s again, Jake. The Jets should be able to move the ball on this Buffalo defense.
It's just the confidence you have in the offense being good again. I need to see it a second time before I start to really believe.
Jake, this is a really good opponent if you're a run first team. This is good 100%. This is a look. It's not a good opponent because obviously Josh Allen's one of the 2 best players in the league, but for going with this, the way this Jet offense is constructed with monster offensive line, Jesus Christ, if Breece Hall's going to play like that whole season, like goosebumps. Like that's really exciting if that's going to be this version of Breece Hall that you saw this past Sunday.
100%. A couple things I want to hit on with you, Jeff, and then we'll hear from Rex Ryan coming up because he had some thoughts on the game. What you saw from the offense, like you're that confident that you believe it could be replicated, that this team could actually not score 32 points every game. But I think the biggest thing is if this team's going to be better than any of us imagine, it's because, oh my goodness, we have a real quarterback. We have a real offensive play caller. Do you think that what they did against Pittsburgh, like give me a percentage of how replicable you think it is going forward?
I'm not sure if the passing game is replicable again. Like most weeks out. I think that was significantly better. I mean, Fields was precise. He was decisive, except for the last play. I mean, that's as good of a throwing game as I've ever seen from Fields in the NFL. He was, and I thought that the Wilson throw, the touchdown, I thought, oh my God, he was super duper late. No, he wasn't as late as I thought. He was a smidge late, but he was not like ever in danger of missing that play. And Wilson toasted Darius Slay, so you had to hit that. I have concerns about how the passing game is replicable, but we obviously have questions of what Josh Myers' long-term sustainability is at center. That's the only question mark I have about this offensive line, because holy crap, did Membu look good? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh,
he was the best O-lineman in the league. Forget rookie. He was one of the best O-linemen in the entire league.
Look, Jake, and I'm a Mizzou guy, a Mizzou grad. I never expected Membu to be like a day one NFL starting right tackle at a high level. I thought he was going to be a little bit of a project, and he was spectacular. Spectacular with again, a guy you didn't expect to be on that side next to him, no less. He was awesome. Tippmann was good. Simpson was good. I don't mind the penalty at the end of the half like AG did. I had no problem with that. That was a cheap shot that Ramsey threw on Fields. I don't have an issue with that. No problem. Protect your quarterback. No problem. They probably weren't getting in field goal range anyway, but no problem with it.
Where'd you go? Are you in a dark cloud? Okay.
I spit on my camera, so I apologize for that. And look, Olu was fine. That Steeler defensive line has a lot of good players. They were going to win at some point, so I'm not going to freak out that Olu allowed maybe two more pressures than I would have liked to have seen. I'm not going to freak out about that. But I think what the offensive line has is real, which then makes their run attack real. If that offensive line is that good, Jake, that I think is replicable. I think Engstrand's play calling is replicable. I just have my concerns about the pass game. But if Fields, Jake, I said it while you were making sure your apartment wasn't on fire. I think that if Fields can be 70% as good as he was on Sunday, the Jets are going to be significantly better than we thought they were going to be. And it then gives you a decision to be made of, all right, do we try to pay him in the offseason and get out in front of this with, again, being obviously have him under contract next year? Again, don't want to put the cart out in front, but man, you gotta, if you can get 70% of what you got from Fields in week one, you got yourself a guy who's bordering on the top half of quarterbacks in the league. And once you get your defense right, that's more than good enough to be a playoff caliber team in the AFC.
Yeah, and I think to your point on getting Buffalo off that game against the Ravens, Sunday night, comeback, emotional win. There could be a bit of a letdown early in the game. I think the Jets, if they're going to win, they got to come out and they got to be playing from ahead throughout the game. So starting fast is going to be huge against a Bills team that maybe overlooks the Jets. Maybe they're a little sluggish after that emotional win. I think I agree with you. I think it is better they came back and won the game than if they were 0-1.
Well, and also too, Jake, since Josh Allen has become Josh Allen, the Jets have played Buffalo reasonably well at home. They really
2 of the last 3 years they won.
I mean, they should have won last year. They obviously won 2 years ago on the Gibson kickoff. The biggest win of the Robert Saleh era came against Buffalo. Like, I mean, they have historically played well against Josh Allen at MetLife Stadium since Josh Allen has become Josh Allen. Now, look, it's a different coaching staff now, and really the bigger struggles came when Saleh was the head coach and the Jets were not complete full of putzes like they were last year when they played them on a Monday night in week 6. But look, we'll see. I think this is Jake. I think this is a game that's played in the mid to high 20s. I really do. I do think Buffalo finds a way to win a close game, but if you told me the Jets have a fourth quarter lead for the second straight week, I wouldn't be shocked. You tell me the Jets pull off the outright upset, I wouldn't be shocked.
Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Before we hear from Rex Ryan, let's tell everyone what we're playing for. A raffle of greatness, a Justin Fields jersey. That's right. Everyone wants one of these now, Jeff, after that performance on Sunday. You pick the color, black, white, or green. You tell me the size. We send it to you. If you don't win, you have a chance on next week's Tuesday morning show to win one of our weekly prizes, which is a signed Fields jersey, a signed JJ jersey, and a signed Sauce Gardner jersey. So giving you plenty of chances to win signed Jets items
Man,
on our
those are
show.
some damn good prizes, my friend.
Let's go, baby. The season's here. We're feeling good. Huge shout out to Ed. He became a channel member. He gifted himself, so he's in the raffle for one. Phantom Green and White signed up right before we went live. He gifted a membership. He's in the raffle. Derek's in the raffle for one, and so is the Human Fund. Thanks to everyone who supports the community. This is for all of you.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Oh, yeah. All right, Jeff. Are you ready to hear from Rex Ryan?
I'm never not.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Go for it.
here's Sexy Rexy on what he saw from the Jets and why Rex is encouraged going forward.
You picked the Jets on the show yesterday. You said you felt this was the Jets, the must-win game.
Yep.
They came really close. There were a lot of things to like. Justin Fields was great. What's your takeaway on the Jets?
That they got a real offense now for the first time since Weeb Eubank, right? I mean, let's face it.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we could run the ball, but they can too. And that was what impressed me, you know, with the new offensive coordinator. I think he did an outstanding job. And by the way, Justin Fields is not just a runner. And that's how I felt about him. I think he's got arm talent, and that's important, especially when you play in the East Coast and things. So to me, I'm encouraged. I'm a New York Jet fan. This ain't the same old Jets. They actually have a real play designer as an offensive coordinator, and you have an outstanding, young, athletic, talented quarterback. I am super excited about him. Now, the defense, you can't just play, you can't just tell Aaron Rodgers what the hell you're going to be in every snap. And that was an issue I had. I'm shocked that they couldn't get more pressure on him. The Jets sold out on the running game. Those big plays were second and whatever. Look, Pittsburgh wasn't cracking the line of scrimmage in the run.
Yeah, it's a good point.
We don't have to sell out like you were.
Yeah.
But, you know, Aaron Glenn, I understand where he's coming from. He's talking like, no, we are going to be physical. We're going to stop the run, and we're going to run the football. So hats off to him. This is the first time in a billion years. There were plus 129 in the rushing department. That's another encouraging sign for the Jets. I'm all in on this football team. I think they're super talented. But, you know, to me, it was about Aaron Rodgers. And by the way, no way in hell did anybody think he was going to play this good.
What I love about Rex is he said on Countdown on Sunday, it's a must-win game. They lose his must-win game, and now he's saying that he's all in and it's not the same old Jets. I love Rex. Never change, Rex.
But here's the thing. Look, and again, we've been stabbed in the back so many times by this team, Jake, that it's hard to fully get all the way in. But I really think everything with the run game is replicable. And the point that he made in there is like the Jets have not had a good play caller in, oh my God. I mean, like even like in the Pennington days, we still had to freaking deal with Paul Hackett, who was not a good play caller.
Chad Morton, baby, with Josh McCown.
Yeah, exactly.
Chan Gailey with Fitz for a year.
I mean, Chan Gailey for 1 year.
Shoddy, I guess. You got to give him credit.
John Morton the year with McCown with that horrible team might have been good too. But I think this is replicable. I really think this is replicable of the run game. They're physical. The O-line was great. Man, it's still like as good as the O-line was. It's like in the back of my head, I'm like, man, if AVT could have stayed healthy, they might have had one of the 5 best offensive lines in football with a healthy AVT. But look, I think it's replicable. I think the run game is replicable. And look, Rex talked about Fields' arm talent. Jake, in 2021, I was team Justin Fields at number 2, not Zach Wilson. Always was. Thought he was always the better pro prospect than Wilson, even though both of them have struggled in the NFL. Fields is clearly the better player as of this moment, as we know, by margin. But look, I've always believed in Justin Fields going back to the Ohio State days. And with good coaching, I always thought he could be a top half quarterback in this league. And it looks like he has good offensive coaching at this point.
Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Huge shout out to the Human Fund for gifting a membership. And I don't know if I said, Derek, if I credited you, but you're in the raffle as well. And we got our first 5 spot of the show. Craig Broker has gifted 5 channel memberships. He's playing to win a Justin Fields jersey at the end of the show.
Hello, you play to win the game.
Jess in the raffle for 1. Thank you, Jess. And our guy, J-Boy, who's got the Breece Hall photo in the profile pick. Shout out to Brees. Jeff, you nailed it with your assessment of Brees looking like Brees. He joins the raffle for 5 as well. And I do agree. I think the run game stuff is something that they can replicate. I think the big question is, can they get enough in the passing game going forward? Is Fields truly going to take that step? I mean, I'm sure Vikings fans a year ago were questioning if this is the real Sam Darnold, and then he just did it week and week and week and week over week, that eventually you think, okay, maybe we have our guy. I think Fields needs to continue to play well, and people will start to believe.
Again, I came away very encouraged with everything
Me too.
I saw on the offense. Everything offensively speaking was crisp. The only thing I didn't love was that next to last drive. I think the Angstred needed to be a little more creative than just a regular read option with Fields on that 3rd and short, because everyone on the planet knew what play was coming in that circumstance. So,
I think he made the wrong read on a couple of them too. But my biggest issue is that, like, you feel good about Fields.
Sure, but Jake, you need to do something a little bit more creative on that 3rd and short play. The one where he slipped, all right, whatever that happens, I actually think he made the right read, but he slipped. So, but look, I mean, Jesus,
scored 32 points.
Like,
yeah.
a handful of bad plays, like that's it. We'll take that any day of the week with Justin Fields at quarterback, man.
1,000%. Some memberships here. Michael Palermo gifting 1 channel membership. Oh yeah. Shout out to King Kev in the raffle for 1 as well. Thank you both for gifting memberships. Jeff, we mentioned the Gibson news. By now, everyone knows he's been released. We talked about that extensively on the first show. Quick note on one of the guys the Jets have signed today. They signed Isaiah Williams. He was with the Bengals practice squad. He was in Detroit last year with Aaron Glenn. In his NFL career, he's yet to fumble or muff across 60 NFL touches, receptions, punt returns, fair caught punts, and kick returns between the preseason and regular season. So AG obviously knows the guy, and he could be our new kick returner / punt returner on Sunday.
All right, so can we take the over on fumbles or muff punts then for the first time out for Williams? No, I'm joking. Look, even with that performance on Sunday, Jake, this team's doesn't have any margin for error. Like, they still don't. They're not good enough yet to have any sort of margin for error. And look, that mistake, Pittsburgh, and to like the one other thing, there are not many teams in this league that are as good at special teams as Pittsburgh is. I don't know if there's a team better than them at this point on special teams. And that was the difference in the game, the fumble. And Jesus, Boswell Jake, was there any doubt Boswell was drilling that 60-yarder once they lined up for it? Was there any doubt in your mind? I mean, I was watching a game in the sports book up at the Rampart. Shout out my guy, Dwayne Colucci, who runs the joint up in Summerlin. And this guy next to me, I said to the guy next to me, I'm like, oh, he's like, what do you think of this kick? I'm like, there was a 100% chance Boswell is making this kick. And he's like, oh, no way. It's 60 yards. I'm like, you watch. And the freaking kick was good from 65, 66. So, yeah, that's the other thing, too. Like, the Jets, I know folk missed that PAT and it turned into the mess because then Glenn went for 2, which, by the way, I'm team go for 2 when you have it from the 1-yard line, especially with the offense that you have and the O-line that you have. But, man, the Jets are not going to, especially now that Gibson's gone, the Jets are not going to be beaten on special teams by a lot of teams in this league. Also, Austin McNamara was awesome again.
It was.
Like, what a find.
Dude, they didn't punt in the first half for the first time since 1991.
I mean, that 55-yard punt at the end, even though it ended up not working out for the Jets, I mean, what a punt. What a punt in a big spot like that for a guy making his NFL debut.
Yeah, I mean, he was awesome. He went out there and he was great. And they didn't punt in the first half. Again, they didn't, and they still lost this game. It's unreal.
Yeah, well, could have been, as excruciating as it was, if the Jets lost the game like Baltimore did to Buffalo, I think I would have broken my hand against the wall. I mean, this was excruciating, sure, but that was what Baltimore did was a different level of excruciating.
But they know they're going to be fine. They have Lamar Jackson and
John
Harbaugh.
They'll be fine, but again, that's another. I know that a lot of the audience doesn't give a shit, but I mean that's why the Baltimore Ravens have 0 playoff Super Bowl appearances with Lamar Jackson. Like they find ways to lose big games that they have no business losing. Harbaugh has blown more double-digit leads than anyone in the last 10 years. So it just the way it is, Jake. Just the way it is.
Comments, questions, super chats, smash the like button if you're just tuning in. We just reacted to some comments by Rex Ryan after we got the full breakdown from Jeff on the Jets, and we start to now look ahead, of course, to the Bills on Sunday. Thank you to Jess. She gifted a membership earlier. Now she gifted a 5-spot of channel memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Jess.
Show me the money. Show me the money!
Money.
Damn.
What should our next channel emoji be, by the way, as Maniacs? Comment in the chat what it should be. And when we hit that membership threshold, we will have to add a brand new emoji. Before we get to the calls, Jeff, I want to remind everyone that we are presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Here's your latest look at the line for Sunday, Jeff. 6.5. Now, it opened on FanDuel at 7.5. It's now down to 6.5. And the over-under is set at 45.5. You're the betting expert. Give me the full breakdown on the spread and the total.
Total, I think, is too low. I said that earlier. I think this game's played in the mid to high 20s. I think we're probably getting both teams to 24, which gets us over 45.5. And this opened 7.5, like you said, at FanDuel. A lot of the books out here in Vegas open 7. I think 7 and above, you take the Jets. Wait it out. You see, my cursor obviously can't see. So minus 115, minus 6.5 for the Bills. So that means the Bills have to win the game by 7 for you to win your bet. You also have to lay a little bit more at minus 150. So you have to bet $115 to win 100, as opposed to the Jets, who are 6.5 minus 105. You bet $105, you win $100. So I would wait for this to get back to 7. It's going to get back to 7 by the time this game goes. And I would bet the Jets once it hits 7 again, Jake.
Jets. Jeff. You believe in our Jets. How about the money line bet, Jeff? How about Jets plus 250? I'll bet 100 to win $250. What say you?
Why not? Why not? Now, look, this is a very weak. So this is why actually I think the Bills winning was also a good thing from the betting perspective. If you want to take the Jets, if Buffalo had lost this game probably comes sub 6 because the bettors just pour it in on the Jets, especially if Buffalo lost the game like 43-25, like it was going to be for a little bit on that Sunday night game. So, yeah, I think that, again, I don't think the Jets are going to win the game. I think they're going to lose a heartbreaking close game, but and there are worse plus 250 bets to be made. I would be also curious to see what the Breece Hall anytime touchdown ends up coming, Jake. That would be the guy I look to attack because Fields got in, Wilson got in, and Braylon Allen got in last week. This might be a week for Breece to find the end zone.
You remember my best bet of the week last week was Breece over 19.5 receiving yards, and that hit.
Yeah, you were pretty good there.
38. I thought he was going to have more. He only finished with 38, but I mean, a win's a win.
Got it on one play too.
Yep. I was like, cash it. Let's go. Money made. On that note, let's get to some of your calls. Reminder that we are available in audio form. So if you ever can't watch the YouTube show live, we post the full version of the YouTube show as an audio podcast on Apple or Spotify. Let's start with a man that will get us hyped. A man that will tell us we need to believe in our New York Jets on Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, we start with our guy, the King.
Jake, my brother, Jeff Parles, my brother. It's good to see you, my brother. Let me just start with this, Jeff. I totally disagree with you on your point about the 2-point conversion. First of all, you got to put it into context, Jeff. Okay, he missed a field goal. All right, you got to make sure the kicker has his mind right. All right, you got to let him kick that again. I don't give a damn where it's from. You got to let him kick that ball again. Get his mind right. Let him see the ball go through the uprights. Okay? You don't chase the points. All right? It's still early in the game. So I totally disagree with you on that. let me talk about this Buffalo game, man, because I really want y'all to understand what it's really gonna come down to. Okay, because let AG has to realize the personnel he has on the field. Okay, Michael Clemens and Deion Dawkins are bound to fight. Okay, you gotta get in that man's face and tell him, hey, sit your ass down, son. Okay, don't make it hard for us. Don't get us penalties, cause you know Deion Dawkins, that bitch boy that he is gonna get penalties for Buffalo. Okay, so we gotta make sure that Michael Clemens' ass ain't getting us 15 yards and unnecessary roughness here and there. Okay? You got to know your personnel that's on the field. All right? It's gonna come down to who has the less penalties when it comes down to this Buffalo game. We have to have less penalties than Buffalo. That's what it's gonna come down to, man. And it's gonna come down to time of possession and keeping Josh Allen ass off the field. Okay? So I'm ready for it, Jeff. I totally disagree with you again on us winning the game. You damn right we're gonna win the damn game, Jeff. Have you lost your damn mind? Huh? What show have you come on, Jeff? You doggone right the Jets gonna win, and we're gonna put first of 17 ass. Okay? Don't forget they got 40 put up on them, Jeff. Okay? That defense is still trash, Jeff. Okay? Don't get it misconstrued, Jeff. All right? JTS, just shit. JTS, just shit.
Dawkins, bitch boy, confirmed.
Well, I will say Dawkins and Clemens are definitely, if Clemens is allowed to do something stupid, he will do something stupid. We know. Two counters to Lowski on that one. Little surprised for the King being a little bit of a coward with not wanting his offensive line to be able to get the ball in from the 1 yard line, which I
didn't like the play call.
It was again, it's kind of like the one at the end of the game, right? It was too generic. Nick Folk is fine. If there are some kickers, yeah, you need to see him see the ball go through the uprights. Not worried about Nick Folk.
He did hit from 50 later in the game.
I'm not worried about Nick Folk. Whatever. He hit a bad kick. It happens to everybody. And for this weekend, man, I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I'm okay with being wrong. We know that. And I'll just say this. There was one point in there that I thought was good of controlling the time of possession in this game is critical.
Yep.
And if the Jets hold the ball for 35, 38 minutes in this game, that's your path to the upset. You got to be approaching 40 minutes of time of possession. And Jake, what did I say earlier? Your offensive run game is real. I think it's real. This is the week to prove it against the Buffalo defense that, as I said earlier in the show, they're soft. We know they're soft. They don't stop the run well. They never have in this McDermott era.
Ladies and gentlemen, smash that like button. King and Dreams in the house. Damn, losing turned up on Jeff.
Not much for me to say. not much for me to say. I will say, though, I am very disappointed that the King does not believe in his offensive line to block enough to get a 1 yard score. I'm very disappointed in the King on that.
I like that. That's the counter. Happy 5 o'clock, Jake. Finally off work, ready to spend the evening watching Jets content. What are your thoughts on the new return specialist? So we hit on this earlier, Trig. Happy 5 o'clock to you as well. The guy they added today, Isaiah Williams. Glenn knows him from Detroit. He was on the Bengals practice squad. Look, he's had some success, and he's yet to ever muff a punt or a kick or fumble across 60 NFL touches. I don't know enough about him to have a strong opinion. I just hope that the Jets have a good special teams coordinator in Chris Banjo, and they found someone that could be a competent returner. And ultimately, you don't need to be great, but you can't put the ball on the turf like Xavier Gibson did. If you could just, like Jim Leonard would be the Jet punt returner in 2009 because Rex just wanted someone that would catch the damn football. Like, that's all the Jets I think need in that department on punts and on kickoffs. Don't fumble. It's simple as that.
100%. 100%. Again, I mentioned this earlier. You can't be losing games because of special teams with the way your team's constructed, right, Jake? The margin's too thin. No punts, no fumbles on kickoffs or punts. again, I would have liked for it. I don't think AG, if Folk had made that PAT, I don't think AG would have taken the point off the board, by the way. I'm just throwing it out there, too. Like, I don't think he would have taken the point off the board. But look, you just have to be better on special teams. You cannot lose games because of that unit.
He meant Lowski, by the way. So his full
I know
comment
what he
was, yeah.
I know what he meant.
Michael DeRamo is in the Asmaniac raffle for 5. And in honor of Xavier Gibson being released, Jeff, here's a video I have for you to watch.
You get the fuck out.
See you later. And it's a shame, too, because Gibson, obviously, you couldn't have a better start to your career as a UDFA.
Jake, that moment on that Monday night was unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Even though John Perry tried to throw as much cold water on it as humanly possible 30 seconds after it happened, but it was awesome. I mean, that was awesome. You beat your biggest rival on a Monday night, and obviously we knew at that point that Rodgers was screwed, but it still was a magical moment for Gibson, and someone will pick him up. He's got enough talent that someone will at least give him a shot again. But again, when you put I think it was Michael Nanny. I don't remember. It was in Nanny or someone else he put the ball on the ground. Close to 6% of the time. I mean, that's a ton for a guy
11 career fumbles. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it just put the ball on the ground a ton for a guy who didn't play a lot.
100%. Yeah. It's a shame, but I think Xavier Gibson will latch on somewhere. It's not like he's going to be out of the league, but it was time. Let him
go to Miami. You need the help.
Reunite with Zach Wilson. Unreal. More calls.
I will say, Jake, I thoroughly enjoyed Miami getting their ass beat like they did by Daniel Jones of all people.
I thought the Colts were going to lose. I was very surprised.
I thought Miami was going to win the game too, but that was an ass kicking, and it was a very enjoyable one at that too.
No doubt about that. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls. We got some heavy hitters on the line here. Michael's next. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Wolf Mute here. How you doing, guys? Quick question for Jeff. It's my first time speaking with Jeff, so nice talking to you.
Sure.
And Jake, I'm going to be a staple going forward. I'm going to start calling more often every day. I want to be on that March Madness.
You want to be an Asmaniac Madness, Michael?
Yeah, there we go.
Madness. That's correct. So Jeff, quick question on a little parlay. Okay, for the Jets parlay, I'm thinking, Breece Hall over 50 yards rushing, over three passing receptions for him as well, and then same thing, 40 yards over for Fields, and over 50 yards receiving for Garrett Wilson. What do you think about that 4-player parlay?
Guess you like the Jets in the game too, Michael.
I love the Jets. I love the Jets.
So yeah, look, this is the better in me more so than anything. I'm very careful when stringing together over props for multiple guys, because there's only so many guys in the game that can produce at the same level, at a high level. I would look at Breece related props this week. I would try to string together as many as you can. I think ground game more so than receiving. I think the Jets are going to have to run the ball probably 30 times again, like they did this past weekend. Don't mind Fields over. Would be very cautious on Garrett Wilson props this week, even though I don't love it. This is the weird thing with Buffalo. Like, they're looked at as this top team. Allen's obviously an amazing player, but that defense stinks.
It does.
You can beat them both on the ground and in the air. So
you think Breece gets in the end zone then?
I don't have a problem as long as the price is right. Don't be probably looking. What did probably Breece is going to be? Probably like plus 175.
Yeah,
plus 180, give or take, to get in the end zone would be my guess. Something like that, maybe a little bit higher. That would be the way I would look more so than anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck, Michael. I hope the bet cashes. That's good news for the Jets. All right. More calls here. Ladies and gentlemen, StreamYard's giving me issues as usual. He's been dying to get on. He was messaging me an hour before the show. Where's the link? It's time to say hello to Bob from Vermont.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course. Jake, I'm sorry I did that. That was rude of me. Sorry.
It's okay, Bob. I forgive you.
What's up, Bob?
Hey, how you doing, my pal?
I'm good. It's great to see you, my friend. It's great to see you. We missed you last week. That's why the Jets lost. I didn't see you last Wednesday.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm back here for you now today.
Good.
You're awesome.
Good. We appreciate it. What do you got, Bob?
I think the Jets are going to win against those Bills because the Bills get lucky. They should have lost that game to the Ravens, you know? They get so lucky. I'm sick of looking at them luck. So I think this defense is going to play great against Allen this weekend.
They better. They can't be any worse than last week.
They're going to get 4 sacks against Smelly Ass. He's going to get knocked down.
4, okay.
1 pick from Sauce.
He said 2 last week. He called the radio show with Tannenbaum, and he said Sauce is going to have 2 picks, and they're going to stack Rodgers. How many times did you say? 4? So you got that right.
Bobby, my concern is that if you're Buffalo, why the hell would you even throw in Sauce's direction this week?
Well, because he could be a moron sometimes, you know. Josh Allen could be a moron once in a while. Yeah, Jake, how many sacks did I say last week? 4?
How many what?
I said 4 sacks. How many did they get last week?
I think they got 4, so you got the sack total correct.
Yeah, I got Brandon Allen. Who did I get him for a touchdown?
Braylon Allen.
Yeah, Braylon Allen. I got a touchdown or 2, did I say?
I don't remember.
I think I said at least 1.
You don't keep track of your predictions, Bob? Come on.
He's got to score a touchdown this week.
Okay, so 2 Sauce picks, 4 sacks total on Josh Allen, and a Braylon Allen touchdown. Is that the prediction for this week?
Yep. And Justin Fields, I say he will throw for over 300 yards.
Really?
Well, hold on. Say that number one more time. I need to make sure I heard you correctly.
300 yards. Fields is going to throw.
If Justin Fields throws for 300 yards, I am one of 2 things has happened. Either the Jets got their ass kicked and it's all yardage. All yardage that is being basically when they're chasing the game, or the Jets have won the game by 17 points. There's no in between if he goes over 300 yards.
Look what happened to Miami. Who think Daniel Jones will wake up and smell the coffee?
Look. As little as I think of Buffalo's defense, they're sure as shit better than the trash that Miami is right now.
Oh my God, that was horrible. I think he made him look like Joe Montana. Oh my God.
It is such a shame the Jets don't have Miami this week.
This is the time
I think the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are, and obviously it's we hate both teams bowl down in Miami with New England and the Dolphins, but I think the Dolphins, especially, you see what Bradley Chubb said after the game? We're making it up on defense. Yeah, that's a good sign after week 1.
Yeah,
I'm happy the Jets get the Dolphins early in the year because I want them there while McDaniel is still coaching the team. Because they are a dead fish with McDaniel still leading that team.
Yep. So the Jets got to win. The final prediction will be 28-10.
Wow.
28-10, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll be partying in the parking lot afterwards if that happens.
Are you going to do what you said last Sunday? Make me come in every week or no?
I'm gonna make you come in where?
On Sunday. I'll call in 9:00 so we can
yes. Call into the show and we'll put you on the radio. All right.
Yeah, but you said you gotta make me like a prediction scores.
Yeah, if you were right, but you weren't right. You didn't get the predictions all correct.
I was close though.
You were pretty good, Bobby.
Close doesn't count. I'll tell you what. If the Jets win 28-10, you could co-host an entire show with me next week. All right.
All right, that will be some.
Well, you know I have my own YouTube show. If I'm awake, I'm going live. Unless Jake has a show, I'm Bobby.
Co-host an entire show with me, Jeff, if the Jets win 28-10.
Jake, he can have my slot next week if he nails it.
Okay.
I'll switch roles with Bobby midnight. I'll get the hat,
You'll
I'll
be
get
the caller?
fucking chair. I'll call in. If it's 28-10 Jets, he has my slot next Wednesday.
Hell yeah. I like it. All right. More calls. You got to go in 5 minutes, Jeff?
I got time for 2 more.
All right. Here we go. Doug on the chair is next. Hey, Doug.
I mean, I don't know how I can ever top Bobby. It's always tough to follow.
It's tough.
I get put in tough spots a lot by Jake. Sometimes he'll follow me up after Charles or Lane, and it's like, how the hell am I supposed to follow that up?
Charles' birthday today.
Happy birthday, Charles Gorman.
real quick with the FanDuel thing, I was close with the choose your own line stuff, or like how you could adjust it. I thought Braylon Allen was gonna have a better day than he did. If he had like 30 rushing yards, I would have won $200. I was a play away from
fun.
Yes, that would have been fun. But I had Garrett Wilson over 6 receptions. I had Garrett Wilson over 65 receiving yards, and I had Brees Hall like over 30 something receiving yards, and he hit 38. It was over 37, and he had 38. So that's why I know that one hit. But is what it is. I agreed with what you said most of the week. I'm happy that they have the accountability and cut Xavier Gibson. You couldn't keep him on the roster. Like, out of all the guys who had the bad games or like bad mistakes, you're not cutting Quincy Williams. You know he's not going to make those mistakes again with the late hit out of bounds. You know he knows he messed up. You know he's not going to do that again. With Stevens, I think if he has another terrible game like he did this past week, if he is like dog shit again, they're going to put in AZ Thomas. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Will who tweeted, but like he wasn't healthy all summer. So I think they're maybe just working him back a little bit before they want to like push him all the way back in and get him those full reps. I think Malachi Moore is going to get a lot of safety reps this week. I would be shocked if he didn't, because Tony Adams can't tackle. I wouldn't be shocked if Tony Adams gets released by the end of the season 2, because he can't tackle.
I mean, we know Woody Johnson wanted him benched last year, but somehow he survived all that.
I mean, I think Malachi Moore's coming for it. Like, he can't tackle. And like that DK, he had him right, DK perfectly positioned and just can't break down and tackle. How are you an NFL safety and you can't tackle? That's a big part of it. So I do think the Jets will cover the spread this weekend, as I would love to say we could win, but you never know. I think there's a chance in everything, and I do think we'll be in every game. I don't think we'll get blown out at all this year.
Doug, from your lips to God's ears, your thoughts, Jeff?
I just to piggyback on the last point, I think the only team that the Jets might get pummeled by is Baltimore. That's the only team that I would be a little bit concerned about. But if last weekend was any inclination of what this defense is going to be good at, it's going to be stopping the run. So, but I agree. I think the way that the Jets are built, they're going to be in every game. Yeah. Look, it just more so than anything, this entire weekend, this game comes down to how much did the Jet secondary improve during the week? How much did the scheme improve during the week? Again, I have like I said at the beginning of the show, other than Sauce, I have concerns about everybody back there. Everyone, Carter, Stevens, all the safeties. I
think Carter will bounce back.
I expect him to, and I agree with you. If Stevens has another bad game, what the hell do you got to lose? You're 0-2. You're going on the road against a really good passing attack in Tampa in week 3. Why not throw AZ back there? Why not? What do you have to lose at that point?
Right, it can't be worse. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, so look, if Brandon Stevens is ever going to have a bounce back game, it's got to come to this week against, again, Buffalo's scheme is awesome. Their receivers are not that good, though. We know this. This is what they are. They have a lot of number 3 wide receivers. They have the second best or third best quarterback in the NFL, depending on what you think on Allen, and an amazing scheme. But those guys aren't hard to cover like a lot of these guys. But neither was Calvin Austin. They make Calvin Austin look like peak Miles Austin in that game, Jake.
Injury report, first of the week for the Jets and the Bills. For the Jets, Kene did not practice. I think he's going to be out for a couple of weeks with that hamstring. That's why they've been adding all these different returners in addition to getting rid of Gibson. Mason Taylor, we knew he would not practice today, dealing with the same ankle that plagued him over the summer. So hopefully he is okay by Sunday. Jay Tafili, illness, DNP. Michael Carter with a shoulder, limited. Marcelino McCrary Ball, calf, limited. Chuma Okorafor, hand injury, limited. And then for the Bills, I guess the key players to watch are Turon Johnson, who's dealing with a quad, and then Shaq Thompson. He didn't practice either, dealing with a hamstring/hand. So your first look at the Wednesday injury report as we're on to the Buffalo Bills on Sunday.
Yeah, Taron Johnson's the only name on this list for either side that really stands out. I know, obviously, the Jets would like to have Taylor there, but Taylor was just not really used in that game on Sunday against Pittsburgh. But Taron Johnson's the name to watch, obviously, in that Buffalo secondary. By the way, I kind of expect Taylor to play, Jake. I think this is just the maintenance that we're going to get with monitoring that ankle injury now.
I agree. I would hope he's used more, too, on Sunday. I think he can make a couple more plays that they throw his way.
Absolutely. Look, we know he's talented. And I brought this up earlier while you're checking the smoke alarm. I thought Jeremy Rucker played a really good game on Sunday.
He blocked well, too. He had the nice 2 catches. He also had some good blocks.
He made some good catches. He blocked well. That was as good of a Rucker game as I can remember.
Yeah, 100%. You got time for one last call?
One more.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello to a man who earlier today, as the power rankings for August were revealed, was the number 1 Asmaniac in the month of August.
I am not a meatball.
Beast?
Sunday, we're going to deep fry buffalo. We're going to make chicken wings out of them. Real easy. All we're going to do is get the deep fryer. We're going to put them in a nice big pole, and we're going to get them nice and hot to get that oil nice and clean, and get the buffalo right into that deep fryer, nice and hot, 350 degrees. Pump those wings up, and they're going to be nice and crispy and so good. Delicious, baby. And no blue cheese on my wings. You know why? Blue cheese is for sissies and little babies. Real men eat wings hot. And I'm talking hot. And what are we? We're hot. Buffalo, they're not. Take it to the bank. And if
hey,
you want
Beast.
manpower, you
Beast.
put this on your wings right
Beast,
now.
show Jeff the Justin Fields to Garrett Wilson touchdown that we saw on Sunday.
Oh, you mean a nice little shovel pass action, boy?
No. The bomb, the big touchdown.
You mean the big throw?
But first, you got to move your microphone that's not even plugged in and serves no purpose other than to obstruct our view.
See, cabron, we can hear you. I'm not dead. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Sign your lines. Sign your lines. Up in the line. Get ready. Shotgun formation. Get ready. Run. 46. And 46. Get ready. Set. 3, 2, set, fight. Yes, baby. Woo! Yeah, baby.
You can't win.
Bullshit.
That's how the Jets are going to get it done on Sunday against the Bills, Jeff.
Congratulations to Beast and being number 1 in the power rankings too. That's a big honor there, Jake.
First time he's been number 1.
Well, look, being loved by some and disliked by others is a good way to get to number 1, right? It means you're interesting.
Polarizing. Yeah,
you're interesting.
I love it. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully the next time we talk, we have our first win of the season, and I'm headed to Tampa for week 3. So it'd be nice to not have to play for our season in week 3 of the year at 0-2.
Yeah, and not the best of matchups too to be playing for your season at 0-3 either. So, yeah, all right. I hope I'm wrong. I Buffalo by a field goal, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope the Jets find a way to get this thing done, Jake, and get it to 1-1, and then it would be first place in the division, no less. If
That's
they win
right.
this game
With the tiebreaker.
Yeah, be first place in the division. So, all right, Desmaniacs. Thank you, Jake. Thank you as always, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Parles. Tremendous. All right, more of your calls right now on our show. Let's say hello to a man who is celebrating a birthday today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Charles Eugene M. Gorman.
You'll never get my chicken soup recipe. I'm not saying that Glowski takes steroids. Need some of it. Hey, Charles. Who is that lovely lady? Send it this way, Charles.
Hey, Jake, how are you?
Hey, Charles.
Good. Yeah, I had to use the restroom. That's why I couldn't call in earlier.
Where are you?
I'm at Costco in Edison.
You're spending your birthday at Costco?
Well, earlier today I went to KFC for brunch. So
KFC on the birthday? Nice.
Yes.
Did you use the Venmo that I sent you?
Yes, I did, Jake. Yes, I did.
All right. So it's good to know that my hard-earned cash from the Asmaniac community went towards a great meal on your birthday like KFC. What'd you get?
A couple of KFC wraps and a little mini chocolate cake.
Very nice.
Look, as for the Sunday game, I think the Jets gonna put up 30 points again. I just have that feeling. I know Jeff Parles, huge shout out to him, thinks the Jets are gonna lose by a field goal. I don't think the Jets are going to lose by a field goal. I think the Jets are going to win by 10 points, to be brutally honest. I don't think the Bills. I just have that feeling, Jake.
I hope you're right. That'd be awesome.
I hope I'm right too, Jake, but you never know. NFL's a weird league. I do think they'll sack Josh Allen multiple times. I did like what I saw from our pass rush. I did like what I saw from our run defense. Though I will say that Joe Brady is Josh Allen's new offensive coordinator, and he has been a less turnover-prone quarterback than he was under Mike Kafka. So that's interesting to know. As for the Bills wide receivers, they aren't bad, but they're obviously not elite wide receivers. But we'll see what the hell happens. So I just said in the chat that if our pass defense rebounds, I hope and pray our pass defense rebounds, because if they struggle like they did versus the Steelers, it's going to be a long season for us in terms of the pass.
Well, I don't think the Jet secondary is nearly as bad as they played outside of Sauce. I think Carter's too good of a player. He's proven that. I'd like to think that Stevens is not just going to be horrific all year. Like, that had to have been his worst game. Like, I understand he had some issues in Baltimore. He was never that bad consistently, though. And I don't know. I have faith in Aaron Glenn and Steve Wilkes to coach him up and get him better. I mean, he had a good training camp.
I do too, but I'm not a big fan of Tony Adams. I think he needs to sit his ass on the bench.
I'd play Malachi Moore over Tony Adams. I agree.
I would like to see Malachi Moore. I think he's got a lot of upside than Tony Adams. That's just me. I think our linebackers are going to be good. I do like our linebackers. I think Justin Fields, I don't know about throwing over 300 yards, but I think he'll definitely throw over 200 like he did last week versus the Steelers. But we'll see what happens. I think Breece Hall will score a couple of touchdowns in this game. Maybe one via the pass, one via the run. Who knows? I do like what I saw from our offensive line last week. I think they'll continue that trend this week versus the Bills. The Bills are very terrible. I think the Bills defense took a major step back when Leslie Frazier, their former defensive coordinator, left. I think that was a big key for how good they were on the defensive side of football for so many years under Sean McDermott. So we'll see, man. I'm going to say Jets 34, Bills 24. But we'll see, man. We'll see.
They're going to score more points than they did last week. I like it, Charles. I hope that's your birthday wish and it comes true. Now, a couple things for you. You ready?
Yes.
Amanda in the chat says that she loves Costco. Good choice. And that you should get a $1.50 glizzy.
I don't know what a glizzy is.
The hot dog. You know what a glizzy is?
I had a slice of pizza.
What about a hot dog?
I'll probably get that another time. But thank you, Amanda. Thank you so much for the compliment. I had a pizza and a Coke. They serve Coke now at the food court in my Costco.
Really? What did Steady Eddie get?
Steady Eddie's not with me. He's home.
Oh, you're by yourself?
Yeah, going by myself.
So are you here to just get food for your apartment, or you're just here to just try a bunch of Costco samples and really live it up on your birthday?
I did have a couple of samples, but right now I'm out to – I just had dinner. You know, I had a slice of cheese pizza and a Coke. I'm going to head home as soon as I'm done with this call.
Gator says that you make great points when you're not eating or farting.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Now, before you go, there's a guy on the line whose job is to sing happy birthday to Asmaniacs.
Oh, Bobby. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we bring on Robert Woodruff, Bobby Midnight, for today's performance.
I want to tell you, you are very smart in, your sports knowledge. I got to tell you that.
You should really thank Mr. Gorman for that, but I appreciate it, Bobby.
Well, I know, but you're smart. I couldn't remember all those things you said. Okay, here's, Charles, this is for you today. It's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Charles. Happy birthday to you. And I hope you have a great day. How was that?
Bobby and Charles are squeezing their knockers. Bobby and Charles are squeezing their knockers, taking their shirts off. Taking their shirts off. Taking their shirts off. Taking their shirts off. Bobby and Charles are damn sexy. Damn sexy. Let's party.
What a performance by Bob. Happy birthday to Charles Eugene M. Gorman. Let's keep the vibes high. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say hi to a guy that always is positive and never polarizing.
He's pointing. Garrett Box, point at you. Garrett Box, he point at you. Garrett Box, I'm pointing. I'm pointing. I'm pointing. I'm pointing. Garrett Box, point at you. I point.
I don't know. For somebody that is so polarizing, everyone in the pictures with me looks pretty happy, don't they?
Oh, I think you're a joy to be around, Gary.
Including you. You look quite happy.
I'm very happy. You're an extraordinary man.
I don't disagree with you. I think that's a fair take. I think that's a good take. I got a lot of thoughts today, actually. First off, I wanted to talk to Jeff about my 2-leg parlay. I don't really like crazy plus money parlays. But if you think the Jets are going to win, and I give the Jets like a 50-50 shot of winning. I really do. I know that sounds crazy, but like I don't think this team's going to start 0-2. And I think if you're going to play Buffalo, you might want to get them early.
I do agree with that. I think it's going to be a closer game than what the spread would indicate, especially if it gets to 6.5 or 7. If it stays there, I don't know. I feel like a homer if I pick the Jets. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at.
That's where I'm at. But I got a 2-leg parlay. Jets on the money line. Terrence Crawford on the money line plus 723. I mean,
well, is Terrence Crawford going to win?
It's rough, right? I'm taking him. It's the year of the draw. I'm also going to throw some money on a draw. I'm picking Crawford. It's a 50-50 fight. The guy's jumping up 2, kind of 3 weight classes to fight Canelo. He's the taller, longer guy. I think he can frustrate Canelo. And when you frustrate Canelo, we saw this with Bivol. If Crawford can outbox him and keep him at range and frustrate him with his speed, what does Canelo do? He resorts to old Canelo, which is to say young Canelo, where he just starts loading up on one right hand. You are not, I don't care who you are not loading up and hitting Crawford with one single right hand. I don't care who. You got to disguise it. You got to set traps. You got to throw combinations to land a right hand. You're not going to load up and hit Crawford. I don't care who you are. No one.
I don't know enough about both fighters to break. If you think that's a good bet, God bless. Just place.
The only thing is he's fighting the judges. Canelo, by travesty, is a common theme. Like we've seen it many, many times. We've seen Canelo by robbery many times. That's like, so if it's a draw though, which I think it's the year of the draw, then the bet's voided. That bet's voided. I would still be live with my Jets bet, but that leg of the parlay would be voided. So it would be just a plus 250. I think Jets at plus 250 is crazy. I think that's insane. I think any home team in a division game at plus 250 is wild.
Well, I mean, this early in the year, maybe, but not late in the year.
They're division games. It's like Oklahoma and Texas, or Michigan, Ohio State. It's always going to be a dogfight. You know what I'm saying? It is.
Not always. I mean, the Jets got destroyed by the Bills. Not at home.
That's at home. It's going to be they're not going to just let you walk over them.
I like taking the points. I think the Jets are going to be a trendy pick by the professionals this week because that emotional win by Buffalo, how good the Jets looked. The Ravens run the ball really well. They ran it on Buffalo. The Jets' strength is running the ball. I think the Jets are going to be a trendy pick by a lot of professional handicappers. Take the points, and it's a close game.
I definitely think the points. I'm going to take the points. I'm just going to roll with it. I think they can win the game at plus 250. If you think it's a legitimate 50-50 kind of game and you're getting plus 250, you got to take it. You got to. The next thing I wanted to talk about was they mentioned the 2-point conversion. I wanted Jeff's take on this too because he's got the gambler's mentality. I don't think it's a gamble. I looked it up. When you have the 2-point conversion from the 1-yard line, you know what the percentage is? 60% you hit it. 60% of the times you convert it. It's not a gamble at that time. It's not a gamble at that
point.
That's
why he did it. I didn't like the play call, though. Agreed. That's why the analytics say do it. I don't like shotgun runs. I don't want Fields is our best offensive player in that scenario, right? Because of what he brings. I don't want the ball not in his hands.
I agree. It's got to go in his. It's got to go in his hands. I agree with you. He's the best player and the fastest player on the field. He's the fastest player on the field. He's not the best player. He's the fastest player on the field.
He's the most dynamic player in short yardage in that spot. Like Braylon Allen might be better in a different set of circumstances, but not out of shotgun.
I'm
at the 1-yard line. Run. The Eagles do it all the time. The Jets voted in favor of the tush push. Use it.
Yeah, anything other than that, I would like to roll him out, put him under center, roll him out, and make the defense. But there's so many better plays you could have ran. But I like the decision to go for it. I think it's aggressive. I like it. I agree with you. The play call was not ideal. Shout out to my boy Xavier Gipson.
Where's the jersey? You're not going to wear it in his honor?
So I was going to ask you. So I had 2 current Jet jerseys and 2 current Net jerseys. Now I got 1-on-1. D'Angelo Russell is gone. Xavier Gipson is gone. Well, actually, I guess I got Fields too. But are my other jerseys, Cam Thomas and Tony Adams, are they going to make it through the year? Or am I going to have to retire all 4 of them?
I mean, Cam Thomas can be traded, right? That's the theory. And then Tony, I don't think they're going to cut Tony Adams. I think he'll be on the team.
He'll be benched, but he'll be on the team, right?
If he plays like he did on Sunday, then yeah, he'll be benched.
Yeah, if he plays again like that, I say 1 more week.
You know what you could do, Gary? You could get 1 membership and enter for a chance to win a Justin Fields raffle at the end of the show.
I have a Justin Fields jersey. I bought it.
All right, so for you, we'll make a deal. You pick Sauce, Garrett, JJ, Brees. You tell me.
Can we do this? Can we send it in a Decker size?
Yes.
All right. I'll right after I get up my call. What do I got?
You just get the membership.
I gotta see if I can.
Black Gypsy did. He's in for 1.
All right. I'll do that. I'll do that.
Also, you apparently ruined Amanda's day.
I mean, she's not enough to walk away from the show. She's watching the show to see me. She wants to learn some more of the ism, right? She has to get more of the ism. It'll save her life, and it'll make her a happier, more productive person. She needs to get with the ism.
Hennessy says your jersey choices are low IQ.
It's not even a sensible statement, but extraordinary. How is a jersey selection of players I like low IQ? I got a Tim Tebow jersey with the Jets. That's probably not the best selection.
Hey, Frank's saying gift 20. Don't be cheap. Yeah. Okay. Gift 20 memberships.
Yeah, that's a good idea, right, Jake? You like that idea, don't you?
I'll tell you what, you give 20 memberships. If someone decides to send you to the hole, you're immune from the hole.
I don't mind going to the hole. It just shows me that other people are mentally weak. That's all that shows me, right? It's like the same thing when people take painkillers. I don't want to take a painkiller. I want to know how much pain I'm in, right? It's just I want to know.
Painkillers?
No.
Ever?
Absolutely no.
So
no.
What about if you have like surgery or something? Like, do you not let them put you under?
I've never had I did, like, not as an adult. I've never had a surgery as an adult where I don't know. That's a good question, Jake. I've never thought about that. But like for aches and pains and stuff, no, I want to know how much pain.
Did you ever get your wisdom teeth removed?
Yeah, I was a kid then. I was I was like an old guy. I was like 17, I think, when I had my wisdom teeth pulled.
Did they put you under?
I was in high school. I don't think so. I think they just numbed it, right? They definitely didn't put me under. I think
they put you under for that.
I know I had my wisdom teeth pulled. I'm quite certain. I got to check with my mom. I'm almost. I don't have wisdom teeth, so they must have been pulled, right? Or had to have been.
They put me under. Maybe they don't do that for everyone.
I would choose not to go. Yeah, I don't take Tylenol, which was just linked to autism. I don't take a painkiller. No, I don't take aspirin, ibuprofen, nothing. I think that's not.
What are your thoughts on the fact that whenever someone makes a point, you act like you don't know what they're talking about?
Well, because most of the times the points are incoherent. And if I ask someone to articulate what that means, they can't, because they don't understand what they're saying either, because they just say things to say things, which is why they can't pop up and bait me like Black Gypsy does. Black Gypsy's well aware of what he's saying. He can articulate it. He can try to defend it. These people can't.
Barbarossa says there is no link between Tylenol and autism.
Okay, there was just a report that came out on like a couple days ago. But Barbarossa is the typical low IQ, low information dimwit that happens to teach our children, which is a travesty, right? Like he is the reason. He's killed his brain with alcohol. He doesn't know how to think. He's got, he's got a midwits IQ. Could you imagine if you have a smart kid and he ends up in Barbarossa's class? He's ruined. He's shot. You got a moron trying to lead a smart kid. That's the end of the road for that kid.
I think Barbarossa is a hell of a teacher.
Of course you do.
What do you mean?
He sits there and makes fun of my nonverbal 9-year-old. That's a good teacher. That's what you.
I don't know when did he do this. I don't even remember.
I will tell you exactly when it was, and Jay Graves can vouch for this. It was the day that I played Bonesy in the Final Four. It was that day. You can check the chat. I'm sure Boomtown's already got it.
I don't know anything about this.
Of course you don't, right? Because you don't like me.
I don't.
And you like him.
Whoa. I do like you, Gary. I'm just not going to choose sides.
In a way. You like
What do you mean in a way?
Entertaining. You like it because I'm entertaining, right?
That's not true. I like you because you've been calling the show for years. I bet you in person multiple times. I love your daughter, Decker. She's great. We love your nanny. She's awesome.
She's at OU right now. We miss her.
Oh, Boomtown says it was grossly taken out of context. So
it was not taken out of context. Okay, but you see what context is it to take that? Like, there's no.
This doesn't sound like something Barbarossa would do.
Does he seem like a high caliber individual to you?
Yes, he does.
Okay, extraordinary.
King Lowski says, "Stop being so sensitive."
I'm not being okay. You think it's cool, Lowski? You think it's cool to make fun of a nonverbal 9-year-old who stims all day and hits his head? You think that's a cool person to make fun of?
Real quick, Gator wants to know: do you sniff glue?
No, I do not sniff glue. Why would I? Oh, because it gets you high? No, I don't sniff glue.
Barbarossa says that's just not what happened.
That's exactly what happened. You can. Jay Graves was like, "Bro, what are you doing?" Like this happened. He's a low caliber human being. He has no redeeming human qualities. He doesn't know how to think. You ask him a question, he can't answer. He doesn't have the intelligence to articulate an argument, articulate his point. He can't even answer a question. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
Oh, man. The last thing I wanted to do on my birthday was argue with you, Gary. So I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to argue.
There's no argument. Well, then just go away then. I have nothing to say to you. I have no interest in speaking to you. I have no respect for you as a man. Just don't go away then.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
I called in to talk about the Jets, but
you can go. You can
okay.
Go. Like,
yeah. So
I have nothing to say to you.
All right. Well, that's fine. But it's I just think it's sad that me simply saying there's no link between autism and Tylenol sets you off for 5 minutes where you have to insult people.
I think you're a low intelligent person. I don't respect anything you have to say. I think you're a bottom of the barrel scumbag. I have nothing to say to you. You make fun of nonverbal 9-year-olds who still
I don't, dude.
Yes, you did. You sitting there alone. Evidence. Boomtown just said it was taken out of context. What was taken out of context?
I think what I did is I asked why you homeschooled your children.
You didn't answer the question. What was taken out of context?
Because I don't know what happened. What I remember is simply asking why you homeschooled your children, and then when you said it, that was the answer. Like I don't.
You typically make fun of nonverbal 9-year-olds.
No, I'm asking like, hey, why do you homeschool your kids? What's like that's not common. Like that was the intention.
Low IQ teachers like you. That's why I homeschool my kids. Because homeschool kids far outperform public school kids. That's why.
Okay. All right. That's all you had to say. I don't have to say
anything to you. I think you're a low-level human being. I have absolutely nothing to say to you.
Man, you're so sensitive, dude. You really are. It's really sad.
You make fun of my nonverbal 9-year-old. You're a low.
I didn't, and you keep bringing this up, and it's pretty sad.
Why are you here to make fun of 9-year-olds who can't speak?
No, not at all. Yeah, I'm here to talk football and defend my honor. You know, like you make things up about people. You say
about people.
You say all sorts of things. You say things about Dave. You were making fun of Dave Brigger for being old yesterday or 2 days ago.
I made fun of Dave Brigger. Dave Brigger came after me.
Okay, you make fun of people all the time. It takes nothing to set you off. It's tough, man.
You would never have the balls to say.
Now look what you've done, Gary. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
Mimosa has ended the Rumble for the second straight day. She's in our Justin Fields jersey raffle, though, for 10. Gary, you should have gifted the 20 memberships. You would have been immune. You could have kept screaming and yelling at Barbarossa if you wanted to. Instead, we move on. All right, more calls here. A bunch of you are on hold, so we're going to do our best to get to everyone. Let's say hello to Australian Jets fan who's next. Hello, AJF.
Yeah, I can't really speak on the Gary and Barbarossa beef. I don't know enough context, but Barbarossa's a nice guy. Go Jets.
That's all he had to say? Okay. On that note, let's say hello to Raven. She's got plenty to say. Hello, Raven.
Hey, that was a lot.
How was the Lady Gaga concert?
I mean, like, honestly, I think like half of my brain is still at Madison Square Garden because she just quite simply altered my brain chemistry. And like, let me make it clear that I am like the biggest Lady Gaga fan. Like, and I'm not even embarrassed to admit this. I was crying. I cried off all my makeup and everything. And it was just like, it was truly like unlike anything I've seen before, especially with her. I've seen her so many times, but
I'm
this
glad
was
you saw it and you didn't. You got to ease the sting of that loss a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it might have completely cured it. I'm gonna be real.
Wow,
I
all
don't
right,
care
good for
about
you.
anything else but that. No, but actually, in thinking about it, I definitely have kind of changed my opinion that, like, okay, this was definitely like stupid Jet stuff. And to that point, I love the fact that we released Xavier Gibson. I love that we have somebody who's actually practicing what they preach. I saw a couple of quotes that some of the players have said about the old guard, saying that, like, they would say accountability, blah blah blah, but nobody would actually follow that. So I just love the example that is being set where no, when we say accountability, we mean accountability. And I'm just really interested to see who they're going to put in his place.
I think the guy they signed today is probably the leader in the clubhouse.
You think so?
I mean, he was on another team's practice squad, right? And they signed him, so that means that you have to add him to the active roster. So that tells me that he's probably going to be the guy.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know much about him or if or how many games he started, but again, I just more so however way it shakes out, I just appreciate
They're doing something different. They're holding
No.
someone accountable. That's all we could ask for. So I like it. I wish Gibson never made the team in the first place, but I'll give them credit for being proactive and not, waiting until this cost them again. Like Gibson's been bad for a while. He had the forever moment 2 years ago, but that's all it ended up really being. He's too much of a liability with putting the ball on the turf.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the biggest thing for me is that he could never get us like really good field position. He get us like good enough, but like he could never ever get us to like past like the 40-yard line for field position. And I'm not trying to say that he's got to do that every single time, but it would be nice to have somebody who we know can get us like advantageous field position in that way. That was probably
100%.
my and then of course there's the drops, but for me that was the biggest thing, especially because as much as there isn't much we could have done last season to help the offense, certainly getting good field position would have helped, especially having like an Aaron Rodgers who could just throw it downfield. But I'm like obviously oversimplifying that and not really considering enough of the scheme itself when I say that.
I'll tell you what, they just better win on Sunday. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, my thing with that is I feel like we usually split with the Bills, but they looked so good on Sunday from the highlights that I saw.
Not on defense, though.
Yeah, not on D. That is true. That is true. It'll be really interesting to see how it shakes out. I mean, I gotta shout out Josh Allen as much as it like literally pains my soul to do so. He's so freaking good. And like I hate that we have to play against him twice a year. I just hate it so much.
Yeah, but you know what? They have played him well even last year. I mean, he had a great game, but the Jets, like, they weren't blown out. They were in the game. Good call, Raven. Like, they beat Josh Allen twice with Zach Wilson. So they're going to need to play well on defense, not have the coverage breakdowns. And the biggest thing they have to do, they probably have to force at least 2 turnovers if they're going to win. Definitely at least one. They got to win the turnover battle, and they can't give the Bills extra possessions. You give them extra possessions, they're going to score. Gary from the Hole has gifted a membership, everybody. So he is in the raffle for Decker. Trig Tech, Super Chat. This show is forever prime entertainment. That's right. On one call, you'll get a Jet breakdown from Raven. The previous call, you get 2 guys screaming about whether or not Tylenol causes autism and whatever else they were talking about in regards to homeschooling. So no doubt. Find me a show that's giving you that. Eric writes in, Gary being a little snowflake right now. This was from a couple minutes ago. What else we have here? Dominic writes in, am I a sucker for buying a Gotham rivalry cap? Yes. Yes, you are. Don't do it, Dominic. You're better than that. More of your calls. Jay Graves has called in. Jay Graves, how are you?
Hello, Jake. I actually wasn't going to call today until I heard Gary mentioning my name. And as Taylor Swift says, I'll tell you something about my good name. It's mine alone to disgrace. So, I didn't. He was saying I could vouch for the Barbarossa thing. I cannot vouch for that. He did tell me that somebody in the chat was saying something about his nonverbal child. What I had a beef with, and I'm sorry, Jake, was that I was under the impression that you knew his kids were on the spectrum. I don't know if you did or didn't. And I didn't like that you put a child on the spectrum on the show when his parent wasn't there. I mean, I do that for a living, so I was a little bit irked by that. Like, whatever, it is what it is.
Oh no, I didn't even know. I thought I had no idea. I didn't even remember that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so I mean, I only got irked because I thought you knew that. And I was like, why is Jake playing an autistic child? That was my beef. So that's what, when Gary said I could vouch for him, that's what I was saying. I said nothing about Barbarossa. So I like Barbarossa. I don't want any beef with anybody, so I want to clear that up. Also, I want to mention about the Neo bounty thing. My bad. I didn't know that you had capital fish bounty rules. I thought all bounties were good, so not on Sundays.
No, I just didn't want to like bounce.
I troll him. I'm trying to troll the shit out of him. Honestly.
I know. He was 5 seconds in, and there were 2 other people on the call. So I was like, I don't want to. Like, it's a post game show. There's I just, if it was like a July show, whatever, it's funny. We'll have fun with it. But yeah, like I still put you in the raffle for it, so you got all the entries counted.
But now I have a new Omi bounty, so I will be
You do.
cashing that in. But yeah, so I just wanted to say also super happy. Fuck Xavier Gibson. I've wanted him off the team for years. Thank God. Thank Aaron Glenn. He is gone. Yeah, like Raven said, piggyback on that accountability. Let's go. But that's really all I got for you with today. But like I said, I called in because my name started being dropped. Like, yeah, wait, let me clear this up. I don't want Barbarossa thinking I'm like saying, because I'm the kind of person, I will say shit behind your back, but I don't say anything I want to say to your face or haven't said to your face already. So I want to clear that up. So thank you, Jake. Thank you for your time.
Jay Graves checking in.
You get the fuck out.
Love it. All right, here we go. All right, here's what we're gonna do right now. A very special caller is on the line.
Purple belt wife, she's the dark knight. She has a lazy husband who forgets to clean potatoes. Maybe someday she'll get some help, but not for now. She's just a purple belt wife. Purple belt wife. She might not be purple, but she can kick her husband's ass.
PBM's wife yesterday, I don't know when she found out, but Mike won our jersey raffle at the end of the second show, and he's given the jersey to his wife. We were going to do the grand reveal of what jersey PBW will select for us to send to her. PBW, the floor is yours.
Quinnen Williams.
Big Q. All right, what color and what size?
Black. Men's small.
Black, men's small, Quinnen Williams jersey. PBM, what are your thoughts on this selection?
It's a great selection. It's a great player. Hopefully he has a giant year and he feeds off of the first game where he was wrecking the game. So I want him to wreck, well, not hurt Josh Allen, but just sack him, and create pressures.
I love it. Now, are you two going to be wearing these jerseys at a Jets game together and have like the great couple pick of us rocking our jerseys at MetLife?
Well, I'm definitely wearing my Sauce Gardner one, but maybe she'll be wearing it at the Panthers game. We'll see.
Let's go. PBW, how's life, by the way? How has the show changed you? You're like a big star now.
She's loved more than I am. Let's see what these chats say.
Name is hard, but
I thought he was gonna say he wants Quinnen to wreck PBW. Oh, chat is hilarious.
Dylan, I never thought I'd have to play this for you. My God.
Calm your freaky down.
God.
Is that Cho Drop new? I haven't seen that yet.
Brand new.
Calm your freaky down.
Oh, it's awesome.
Well, thank you very much.
Well,
Rock and
congrats
Big
to
Q.
your husband who somehow wins ever since he tore his ACL, he's won like 5
It's
raffles.
got to get cut off.
It's pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
It
It's good
is kinda
karma, though.
crazy.
You know, it's good karma.
It is. It is. It's good for him, but it's not good for everybody else on your show.
I was
all
gonna
right.
give it away, and then I said, you know what? Let's give one PBW first.
Yeah,
But the
she's
next thing
taking
I win,
care
I'm
of
giving
you.
away.
You can't walk. She's making sure that you could survive right now.
I can walk now, but I'm limping. So I guess I'm not walking then. Technically, I'm limping.
But it was a real struggle the first couple of weeks. She was there for you every step of the way.
That's right.
Still is. She was changing my bandages, putting ice on me, elevating my leg,
Washing the potatoes.
washing the potatoes, getting me in the shower. Yeah.
Fucking potatoes.
Well,
Or
congrats on the
potatoes.
jersey, PBW. You are a beloved part of this community, and it's well deserved.
Allie agrees.
Maui, spot on assessment. She loves it.
Thank you.
Ladies and
Ace.
gentlemen, PBW and Purple Belt.
Purple belt wife, she's the dark knight. She has a lazy husband who forgets to clean potatoes. Maybe someday she'll get some help, but not for now. She's just a purple belt wife. Purple belt wife. She might not be purple, but she can kick her husband's ass.
More calls. He says he'll make Jets points. Barbarossa. Hello, Barbarossa.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So most people talked about the things I wanted to say, but I was really pleased when I woke up this morning and found out that Gibson was cut. Like, best birthday present I could have gotten, other than the ones my wife got me. But
today's your
really
birthday?
psyched about that. Yeah. Me and Gorman share a birthday. I
No
told this to him. I
way.
gave him a couple opportunities to shout me out. I gave him opportunities to shout me out, and he didn't. So Gorman, I'm only gonna buy you like one drink the next time we hang out, or next time I see him. So that's it.
Wow. Wow. So you got into a rumble on your birthday against Gary. That's unreal.
Yeah,
Bobby, you
yeah.
better call back in. We need you to sing to Barbarossa.
He doesn't have. I would love it, but he does not have to do that. He's going live soon, so it's up to him. But I would appreciate it. Bobby's great. But I wanted to say,
Who cares if he's going live? The only people that are watching the show are all watching this right now. He can call
all right,
back in.
fair, all right, fair. But when Gary brought up the stat of like 60% success on the 1 yard line, and like I didn't know that stat, but I felt it was good to go for it because we missed the kick. And did the kick have did the penalty did the penalty Steelers have anything to do with us missing? He just
I
shanked
don't
it,
think
right?
he did. Yeah, I think
Right.
he
So
just-
like your kicker missed it. I really felt like you should have gone for it there. Like you're not losing a point because you already missed it. Like you're getting. They should have gotten those 2 points. But I really liked that aggressive play call, even though it was in the beginning, because we missed the extra point. I felt like that was the big reason why to go for that. Other than that, like we didn't get any turnovers. Like that's one turnover we would have won. But that's all. Thanks a lot, Jake. Appreciate it. And you know I'm always down for a rumble. But before I go, I just wanted to show the card my wife made me. So this is it. I hope y'all can see it, but that's it. She made that for me. So.
Wow. Well,
yeah.
I'll tell you what. I got a birthday surprise for you. You ready?
Oh, damn.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Midnight is here to sing to Barbarossa.
I'm back again, second time. Hi, Barbarossa.
Hey, Bobby. Thank you. This is so nice. I appreciate you.
What grade do you teach?
I teach 12th grade. I teach seniors about government. So if this doesn't get any more ironic, that's what I teach.
No, you teach history, like.
Yeah, government and history, yeah.
Okay, I love history. I didn't like math and science, boring subjects. Okay,
Yeah, I
here
didn't
we
like
go
math.
to Barbarossa. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Barbarossa. Happy birthday to you. And I hope all your kids in your class said happy birthday to you today.
Oh, thanks, Bobby.
Thanks,
Bobby, when's
Jake.
your birthday?
How's that?
You're getting a little Joey treatment next time. I'll play his song, man. But thank you so much. That was really nice of you. I appreciate it.
No problem. That's my job, right, Jake? I love to sing.
You're the
happy-
birthday singer. That's what you're known to do.
The birthday singer. When is your birthday? Coming up soon?
Yeah, 8 days.
Okay,
Oh.
I'll sing to you in 8 days. Then.
Thursday, September 18th.
Oh, wow. September 18th coming next week. Yep.
The only
Against
thing I want is a Jet victory that weekend. That's it.
Yes, you do. Yes, you're heading down to
Oh,
Tampa.
he'll be in Tampa, yeah.
Last year was the greatest birthday ever. They destroyed the Patriots in the home opener. It was
Oh,
amazing.
yes, that was good for you. Yes, I agree. Well,
That was like a fever dream. That game was a fever dream. Truly. Like that was the one game where everything was like basically cooking.
Yeah.
It was unreal, man.
Okay, we'll see
you know,
you guys
I called
Bye,
my
Bob.
buddy after the game, or like at halftime. I was like, "Is this what a Jets offensive team is like?" And we were like, "So on cloud nine." And then Robert Saleh did his thing, but
9 days later, the
it was
Denver
off the
game
rails.
started, and the hell of the 2024 season began. Brutal.
Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. It's a lot of hardship in Denver the last few years. And like if you even think about going back to, didn't we lose to them in the 98 AFC championship game? We lose
Correct.
to the Broncos?
Up 10-0 in that game too.
And we were in Denver, right? Or was it in New York? Or was it
In
in Denver?
Denver.
Yeah, so man, this is that place is it's not kind to us. It's not kind to us. So
Barbarossa, happy birthday though, man. I
thanks,
have,
man. Thanks, guys.
note
Take
for
care.
you. Ladies and gentlemen, Barbarossa. He's in the hole currently, but maybe he'll want to wish Barbarossa a happy birthday. Gary, real quick, happy birthday for Barbarossa.
Sure. Happy birthday, Barbarossa. I don't like you. I think making fun of
You get the fuck out.
That went exactly how I thought it was probably going to go. Thank you, Gary. All right, Sean is next. Hey, Sean.
Hey, how you doing, Jake?
I'm
How's
good,
everything?
Sean. How are you?
All right. Happy birthday, Barbarossa. And yeah, I have like two sons. They're Virgos, so yeah. And my father was a Virgo. Go figure. But
I think I'm a Virgo too.
yeah, no. Yeah. So that's cool. But
I like the glasses, Sean.
Huh?
I like your glasses.
Yeah, I always wear shades, man. You know that.
You gotta hide
Jake,
the eyes.
you know that. I always I'm like mono, you know, always switch between shades all the time. But basically I want to say that I'm proud of what Fields put on the field. Fields put on the field. But yeah, and because I think he's 10 extra, man. Come on. You got to give it to him, man. The first game, we scored 32 points. I mean, and then Detroit, what did Detroit do? Nothing. So maybe we got a blessing with Tanner, you know? And if so, you know, and Justin Fields, you know, progresses and becomes a elite, like what, top 10 QB, we'll have a franchise quarterback for once, man. It can work, you know? And that's what go ahead.
You believe.
I believe. You with the Jet fan, you have to kind of believe in something. And we have nothing but misery for what, 10 years since 2015. You know, we had nothing but misery. We had like hardly any offensive
even that year
juggernaut.
Ended in misery.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like if Justin Fields can harness this all year long, you know, because he's been like a cold, hot player. If he can sustain this all year, we're going to playoffs. We are.
Sean, what have you been doing today? I forget. Have you set up the mattress in the room yet?
Yeah, I got the covers on the mattress. You know, I still have to get the box spring for it. I just have the mattress on the floor.
Let's see the latest update.
I have to go upstairs to do that. You know,
we want the home tour.
I guys actually have a new recliner.
Oh,
actually,
let's see it. We're big recliner guys on this show.
You see that one there?
Oh yeah,
yeah. So you know, I just
that
got that new one. Yeah. I got NFL ticket. You know, I'm sitting here watching my team. You know, and I basically, you know, I love this team. I've been watching them since. Honestly, I've been a fan since 1985. I've been a fan.
Call it out. Says Sean is so wasted. Are you wasted, Sean?
No, I drank. I'm not wasted.
What are you
I can
drinking
still
today?
I can still have interactions and everything.
Oh, please. I encourage you to have as many interactions as you want. You're a great caller.
Thanks. I don't, I drank. I'm not like, I can have like conversations and everything.
What are you drinking? Are we drinking a cocktail, a beer, whiskey?
Just beer.
Nice.
Yeah. No, I don't do no hardcore shit. I just stay to beers. But
how many beers you put down?
Oh, well, you ever heard of Natty Daddies?
A what?
Natty Daddies.
A natural light?
They're like Budweiser, but like they're 8% per value.
A natty daddy?
Yeah.
Is that not natural light?
No.
Okay.
It's heavy duty. It's heavy duty stuff.
How many you put down?
I could put them like 5 in a day.
How many are you at right now?
In the 25-ounce cans. I'm at 4.
Nice. That means we still got one more in you.
One more, yeah, but honestly, Jake, I'm trying to like cut down. Like,
you don't want to shotgun it on the air for us?
No, I don't have a I used to in the 90s do shotguns and everything.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah. But anyway, I personally think that our running backs are top grade. Our offensive line is like superior. We made the Steelers defense look like they were like college pros. And I think that we're gonna win 9 to 10 games. Honestly, I think so.
9 to 10 games.
I think we are. I think we can do it. I think we can do it.
Hey, what's more likely? You take down that 5th natty daddy right now, or the Jets win Sunday?
How about I take the 5th natty daddy down on Sunday? No, but
how about you have 5 natty daddies on my post game show if they win?
I can do that. I can do that. Were you trying to make me alcoholic, Jake? Are you trying to like?
I'm trying to party, man. I'll be drinking right there with you. I mean, the Bills game was the first ever Hennessy game in the history of the show. Hennessy Heisman said I had to drink Henny with him on the air. The Jets upset the Bills as 14-point underdogs in 2022.
Yeah. Okay. I can do that. Yeah. Bills. Come on. We beat the Bills. Yeah. I'm going to get drunk to a skunk.
All right. So that post-game show, I want you partying with me if they win. All right.
Fuck yeah, Jake. But I could be a completely different fucking person. I could be like, hey, Jake, you fucking asshole.
No, you're going to be in a good mood. You're not going to be mean.
No, I know. But when you overdrink,
Well, I mean, you're 4 in right now. What's a 5th going to really do?
It depends. But all right, Jake, man. I appreciate you. I respect you. And just fly all the way, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sean. Fireman Ed will be with us Friday at 10 a.m. Oh, by the way. Beastbreaker says Gary is out of date like expired food. If anyone knows anything about food, it's Beast. What type of expired food, though? That's the question I know we're all wondering. Beast, fill us in.
And when the food passes its expiration date and it goes very bad, you know where it goes? Basura, in the trash. When it has to go, it has to go. You can't keep it because then why? If you keep it, it's gonna happen to you. Food poisoning, disgusting. That's why you get the fresh stuff, and you also need to stay clean. That's why you wash your hands every day to make sure you don't get germs, fungus, or also known as fungi. Let's
Hey,
move
when was the
along
last
now.
time you washed your hands?
Every day. I do it every day.
Do you?
100% of the time. That's why they put the paperwork out, Sonny.
Oh, who is that?
So what are we looking at for Sunday's game? What
Is
do you
that your
feel?
secretary, Beast, who's coming in the room?
Don't worry about it.
I'm very concerned.
Now,
I'm
now
worried.
I'm gonna go. I'm
I'm
have a
worried,
little
Beast.
fun.
What do I do?
will
I'm worried.
talk to you next
Who is
time.
that? Who is that
See you later.
person? He's leaving. Where are you going, Beast? Don't leave. He left. Gary, who do you think that was?
I don't know. Was it Mrs. Beastbreaker again? His AKA his secretary?
It could have been.
You get the fuck out.
It's amazing how Beast runs so quickly when his mom walks in the attic. I mean, Global Studio headquarters. I'll bring in a guy who might know who that was. Gator, who do you think that was in Beast Global Studio headquarters?
Oh, I missed it.
Gator, you have bad internet of all people? What is this? What is happening? Come on. We'll try again shortly, but right now it's big fella time.
His home smell is on the bed. That's what feels good. All the road smell is on the bed. In a dirty hotel room. Because the show smell is on the bed. It's just more comfortable. He got a beard. Loves the jets. Super chats. Where's a big fella? Sleeps alone. There's no room on his bed. Where's a big fella?
Hey, what's up?
Big fella.
I'm in the original room, bro.
Wow, where it all began.
Where it all began, yeah. Just calling about we finally got rid of Xavier Gibson, man.
What was your reaction? What was your first thought?
I was extremely happy. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. But it's called addition by subtraction, man. We're moving in the right direction. Now I have a question for you. Does us getting rid of Xavier Gibson change your perception of Aaron Glenn?
I'm encouraged by it. I mean, I'm not surprised he did it because he's been true to his word with a lot of what he has said, right? And he said that he's going to hold players accountable. And his comments after the game basically said that you will not play if you turn it over. And he was the 53rd guy on the team, so it's easy to move on from him.
That's what I was most encouraged by. That's what I was most happy about. I mean, I don't like anybody losing their job or anything, but the guy was hurting our team, and we finally have a coach that's holding people accountable, and it's a major, major change from what we've seen over the past friggin' decade. We actually have someone in charge. When Rodgers was here, he was in charge. When Gase was here, who the hell knows who was in charge then? Bowles was wishy-washy. Rex has been. It goes back to Rex. I mean, it's nice to have a leader of the team and not a player being the leader of the team. And that's what I was happy about the most. Now, this guy Isaiah Williams. Do you know anything about him? Like any?
No. Glenn knows him from Detroit. He was on the Bengals practice squad. He's never fumbled, muffed a punt, or anything in his career. So hopefully that continues.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's encouraging also. We'll see what he does on the field, but that's good stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy about what's going on with that. Looking forward to Sunday. Looking forward to Tampa the following Sunday. Looking forward to gas bars and meet everybody. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, who do you think was in B Static?
I think it was his mom. I mean, I think he tries to keep his mom away from the show and stuff. So when she comes in, he gets nervous and stuff. But
he referred to her as the secretary for him once. That was a great bit.
Well, he's employing his mother. So.
That's right, but he's retired, so I'm very confused by all this.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. He's an interesting guy. Let me tell you, I've got to know him very well. So
I hear he calls you twice a day.
He at least. Well, I told him And it is true a little bit, like the Discord phone part where you can call somebody on it. It really doesn't work all the time, so I told him it doesn't work. So what we do is we just text. But yeah, I talk to him throughout the day, pretty much throughout the day, and yeah, he's interesting. He called me his big brother yesterday, which was very nice to hear.
I love that. You guys are a dynamic duo.
Yeah, who knew? But but yeah, so he's come a long way, as I've said multiple times, and we're gonna try and increase the progress. So that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
can you do me a favor when you send me out? Can you do the get the fuck out with Xavier Gibson?
You get the fuck out.
Done. Congrats, big fella. This is a big day for you. The biggest Xavier Gibson hater. Robin Boy Wonders gifting a membership. He's in the raffle for one. Show's going to end soon. If you're on hold, I will get to you, but I am removing the call-in line because we are at the home stretch. Fields jersey giveaways coming up shortly. You pick the color you want it in. If you don't win, our weekly prizes this week: signed Fields jersey, signed JJ jersey, signed Sauce jersey. More of your calls. Gusbuster hotline. Gator is there. Can we hear him this time, though? Hello, Gator.
Yo, hey man.
There we go.
It's like one spot that I walk where I think the guy has one of those blockers where it's just some dude's house. Every time I walk in front of it, I lose my cell phone connection.
You went
It's
like
weird.
Ricky NY on us with the Wi-Fi. It was great.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, man, I just want to call. Had a really just hard time today watching this young man get executed on television. I just really, honestly, should have turned it off before I did, but it was putting your show on probably halfway through that finally snapped me out of it because no matter what your politics are, watching
Terrible.
a man get executed like that is just it's hard to get over, man. I wish I hadn't seen it, but yeah, I'm still kind of shook up about it. And the only way I'll like turn it into a show point is I wish, some of these guys could bring the temperature down a little bit, Barbarossa and Gary, a few of the others, we're all Jets fans. We call into the show because we love the Jets, and sometimes it goes off the rails. And, there's some things said that maybe I don't think Barbarossa meant any harm toward Gary's kids. And I don't think, that needed to escalate the way that it did. I'm sure that sometimes things are said that, in hindsight shouldn't be said or weren't meant the way they were said. And I'm just having a very dark day. So I not used to calling in like this, but I just wanted to make that point and say, hug your loved ones because, you never know what's going to happen. But that's it, man. Go Jets. Peace.
Gator, appreciate it, man. Well said. Well said. A couple super chats here, then the final couple calls. Spencer says, enter me in the raffle. Tough day for me today. Would love a chance to win something. Spencer, good luck. Kevin says, put me in the raffle. Kevin, I will put you in for 2. Thank you. Trig Tech, who won a Quinnen Williams jersey that he wrote on the first show, arrived today. He joins the raffle now for 5.
You can't win!
Bullshit!
Thank you, Trig. More of your calls. Rasta Dread is next. What's up, Rasta?
What's the word? What's the word, Jake? How y'all guys doing today?
What's up, Rasta?
Good, man. I just wanted to come on here for a second, man, and just give Justin Fields the love, man. To be honest with you, he balled out. He simply balled out and just played up to expectations or surpassed everyone's expectations. Number 1 offense in the league after week 1. Pretty decent. It's early, but man, I'm encouraged, man. He looked like when he was out there, he was a field general. He looked comfortable, never seemed shocked, never seemed out of place, never seemed confused, maintained his cool the entire time, man. I got major respect for Justin Fields, and I just hope he keeps it up, man, because hey, he keeps doing that, bro. We're winning a lot of games this year, like 7, 8, 9, 10 games. If he keeps that up And I know what I do know for sure is that Aaron Glenn will get the defense taken care of. Like, I already know that, especially after last week's performance. He will not allow the Jets to go back out there and, excuse my French, shit the bed. Basically, that won't happen again, especially with Steve Wilks there. So I'm confident in our defense to, this week to kind of get back in order, and we're gonna need it. It's Buffalo. Let's be very, very clear. This is Buffalo. We need everybody to be on point. I'm talking to you, Michael Clemens.
Nothing stupid from Clemens. I'll tell you what, JJ being as good as he was, it limits the playing time for Clemens, which is great. I didn't think Jermaine Johnson was going to play 89% of the defensive snaps in his first game back.
Absolutely. And here's the craziest part. You mentioned it earlier. I know everyone spoke upon it, but man, they didn't let 24 hours go by before letting go of Xavier Gibson. It was insane. It's insane. Like how they're not playing around. And that is a message to every single person on the team. Like, listen, if you mess up, it won't just be a benching. You won't even be on the team. That is ridiculous. And I have so much respect for Aaron Glenn, and I can't wait to see what he continues to do to build this team and to continue building the culture, because I believe in him. Jeff fans and Gator, man, hope everything goes well. I know it's a dark time for you with all the craziness that's going on today, but Gator, man, I'm praying for you. Everybody else, as maniacs, love you guys, man. Peace.
Rasta, well said, man. Appreciate you. More calls right now. Let's say hello to a guy who typically calls in when he's not wearing very much clothing. Mr. Rube is next.
Well, there's a feller they call Charleston Jets Rube, 'cause he calls the show nude, never wears a shirt. And some folks, they don't think he's got pants on either. It's a gosh darn nudist camp. Let's hear it for that Charleston Jets Rube and see if he has any Jets points today.
I was clothed, but with that comment, I took my shirt off. It's kind of chilly today, so I'll keep my nipples out of the picture. It might offend somebody.
I think many in the chat are appreciating the gesture.
Yes. So I saw the update on Gibson, and it just made my day. I had a great day at work because of it. It was wonderful. I just got on about 10 minutes ago, though, so I haven't watched the show. We picked up some return guy from Detroit's practice squad. Did I hear that right?
Cincinnati. He was with the Lions last year, so Glenn overlapped with him.
Did we sign him to the 53 or the practice squad?
I believe he was signed, because if you sign someone from someone else's practice squad, they must be added to the 53.
So darn, I was hoping Pritchett would be brought up. That kind of
Well,
thing.
he still might, because remember, they could elevate someone each week. They still could elevate them.
Okay. I really want to see that kid get a shot. And, I honestly, with this whole thing with Gibson, I wasn't sure if he was going to do it, but being a man of his word, which we really haven't had a coach like that in a really long time, probably since Rex Ryan. But, well, no, I guess Herm was like that as well. But,
yeah, but that was pre-Rex, so probably was Rex the last time I had a coach.
Rex. Yep. So I don't think the leash is going to be long. I know we signed him to a big contract, but I think a game or two of Adams and I don't know why his fucking name is leaving my brain now, but the corner Stevens. I don't think he's going to give him a lot. I mean, with what he did with Gibson, maybe a game or two. But if they have the same kind of results, man, I think it's time to see AZ and and more. Hopefully. I mean, I hope that the other two turn it around. But man, that one play on DK Metcalf, my God, a high school player would have known to take a better angle than what Tony Adams did. And I've been kind of a Tony Adams fan, but that was one of the worst safety plays I've ever seen in my life, man. That angle that he took was just absolutely ridiculous. And, not to mention that he's half the size of DK Metcalf. So you gotta try to corral him and have your brothers come in to help you take him down, because, that's not an easy task for Adams. He's not a big guy. So did Gary get into it with Barbarossa earlier in the show?
Oh, yeah. Big rumble.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to watch that, because Gary had his little thing with Briga. I don't know why he hates Briga so much. Briga's lived a long time. You need to respect your elders, man. I don't know why Gary can't. I don't know why he has such an issue with Briga. And then, whenever he debates, he always kind of states his own terms of how the debate's got to go. But anyways, not to go off on him, but yeah. So I'm hoping Glenn. Moves quick, and I think he will. If Brandon Stevens struggles, if Tony Adams continues to struggle, I don't think the money's going to matter all that much. I think he might give him an extra game or two because of the contract, but much more than that, I really don't think so. Last point, I know you want to go. It's been a long show. Awesome to hear that the big fellas coming to Tampa as well. So many of the top tier Asmaniacs are going to be in Tampa. So I'm really looking forward to meeting a lot of you guys. But anyways, I tell you what, Justin Fields, stat wise, his game wasn't huge, right? It was really good and a solid game. And I know he's never played all 17, but I did the math. If he puts those numbers up for 17 games, that's 4,500 yards and 51 touchdowns.
Yeah, so the greatest single season by a Jet quarterback ever.
The touchdowns probably won't get there, but honestly, 218 yards, I think he can average that. And what did he have, 48 on the ground? I don't think that's a ridiculous number to come close to each week. So, honestly, I don't think, somewhere in the low to mid 4,000 combined yards is that much of a stretch after what we saw. We got to remember that.
It's one game, man. We got to let's see how they look. Let's see how they look against Buffalo.
I know it's one game, but the thing that gives me the most is that offensive line. I mean, my God, TJ Watt is one of the best ends in football, and Membu made him look like a fucking high schooler. It was unreal how Membu controlled him for most of the game. And if Fashanu and him can be our bookends, and Tippmann was like the number 1 rated freaking guard in the entire NFL. And, between the 1 and 4 o'clock games, Justin Fields was the highest scorer on DraftKings. And of course I put in Justin Fields in one of my teams. On $20 worth of entries, I won $100. So fucking go Jets. I love it. But anyways, have a good night, Jake. Appreciate the time. See you in Tampa.
You get the fuck out.
All right, Mr. Rube. I hope Justin Fields is the guy just like you. Mark says, sending birthday love and positive vibes. Thanks for being our Jets outlet, Jake. To be clear, it's not my birthday. It is Charles Gorman's birthday and Barbarossa's birthday. But thank you, Mark. Appreciate you tuning in. Today's been a horrific day with everything that happened, so I'm trying to provide an outlet. This is the candy store at the end of the day. So hopefully this provides an escape from all the other nonsense and everything that Gator hit on in his call. Neil was on hold. I was going to have him close, but he dropped off the line. So instead, Beast, are you there?
Yeah, I'm also reading something too, because
hey, put your camera on. I got to show you something.
I just saw something from my phone, and I was very distraught about something, and it's very, very painful to watch.
Did you see this?
If I'm the Undertaker and I see that, I'd be like, boy, you must be on a cigarette break, or your head's on backwards. And happy soon to be birthday. So how old are you gonna be? 35?
It's not my birthday.
I know. Well, what if I get you some? If I have to send you a card, I'll have to do it first. I'll have to do it first class, and just in the words of Aaron Glenn, you get the F out. Pew! I like that new one. It's funny. When I say this, Buffalo, they're going to get deep fried, they're going to get stir fried, and then we're going to dip them in the buttermilk. Oh, yeah. 8 hours of buttermilking, and then the seasoning, the fun part, flour with a little kick of either Cajun, yellow, or some lemon, or we go garlic. Now, Jake, you love garlic, don't you?
Sometimes.
You love garlic?
Yeah, sure.
Good. I hope you like garlic, because I can do it 3 different ways. We can do garlic parm, some lemon, or we can do some Cajun. or some teriyaki. And I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that deep fryer going. Nice clean oil, 350 degrees. Get those wings in there, and buffalo. You know what they're gonna be doing? Look at that, baby. Oh yeah. You see my video I sent you, right? That for the one guy that does the chicken.
The crane video?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I got it.
Not that one. I'm talking the one where the guy puts the chicken on the thing and then drops them right into the clean oil and gets it prepared.
This one?
You can kiss my big ass. Woo! I'll have to send you a video of the guy. Oh boy. But
oh, you meant this one.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Is that a brush?
Yeah, and you know what? Since you're 2 hours in, close it out with one of the best. It's time for the Wheel of Champions.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
All right, Beast. We will close it out now. Who's ready for the raffle? The wheel is on the screen. The dramatic music is playing. Only one can win. But if you don't win the Fields jersey, you might win one of our weekly prizes on Tuesday when we're giving away 3 signed Jets jerseys, including one by Justin Fields. Now at the buzzer here, Tom D says, can I get in? Tom, because you're a longtime supporter of the program, absolutely. I'm going to put you in for 2. All right. Now it's time to spin the wheel. Good luck to everyone. If you win, you got to email me your name, your address, the size for the jersey that you want it in, and the color. Black, white, or green. Here we go. The winner of a Justin Fields jersey is Trig Tech. Congratulations, the Trig. He just won a Quinn Williams jersey that arrived today in a raffle. He gifted 5 earlier, and he also had a super chat for 2, so I think Trig had 7. He wrote, this show is forever prime entertainment. Trig said that he won a big bet, and he wanted to pay it forward, and the Asmaniac gods were smiling down on him. Congrats to Trig, true Jet fan. Hit the Jet chant for Trig Tech. He's your winner of a Justin Fields jersey. Trig, thank you. Shoot me an email because I forget what your actual name is, but I will get the jersey ordered for you this week. All right. Great show. Thank you to Jeff Parles for joining us. Thanks to all the calls. We couldn't do it without you. All the super chats, gifted memberships. Appreciate all you guys. We will be back tomorrow. Matt O'Leary will join us in his weekly segment on the show. That will be at 10 a.m. And then the afternoon show, little DT, Dylan Terriman, joining us in his weekly spot. So we're on to Thursday. Game week is approaching. Bills coming to town. Jets got to win. Got to win. Happy birthday to Charles Gorman and to Barbarossa. And I end the show with a clip from something that happened last night. Allen and my conversation on the Bobby Midnight Show. Enjoy.
Jake is an evil human being. He's a dirty, disgusting ginger. Those are the worst. Jake's horrible. He's a horrible human being. You may tell you the reason? Because I got blocked every show for no reason. And then he would tell that little midget Connor Long, or whatever, how tall he is nowadays. He told that infantile Connor Long to block me in the middle of his show. He's like, I want you to block Alan because he's a dick.
No way.
No, you gotta be.
Let's go, Alan. Let's go. Alan, you're such a scaredy cat, man. You call into every show. You're not working for the NFL anymore, whatever bullshit thing you were doing, and you don't call into my show.
Bullshit thing I was doing. Wow.
This is so sad. I can't believe this
Why
is how
is
we
it
meet
sad,
again.
Jake? Jake, you had your mods block me for months. I would make. I bet you know what? Then you've got to find out what's going on with your show.
Someone told me that you said that I told Connor Long to block you, which isn't true at all.
Yeah, when I made the comment that Tyler Johnson and Josh Reynolds were CFL receivers. You told him to block me, and I got blocked the rest of the show.
I don't know who the mods are for his channel. But
Then, I don't know who the mods are for your channel, because every time I was on that show, I got blocked. I would have conversations with Jets Johnny about hockey, and I got blocked 2 minutes later.
Well, that one I did, I'll tell you. But
Okay, thank you, Jake. I appreciate it. I got blocked every time since before I left the show. Every show I got blocked. And I would say nothing.
We don't do politics. I block every comment.
But I didn't. That was not when I got blocked. I got blocked for saying nothing. He says that I have gonorrhea on every show. That's cool. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's why I'm never going to block you for saying ginger. Like, whatever. That's funny. I don't care.
But I got blocked on every show.
Next time you're blocked for something you think is outrageous, and I'll literally make it a segment on the show where I will review it, whether or not it's warranted or not.
You have that fucking moron Beast talking about bullshit the whole time.
Well, that's his cash cow.
He makes a lot of great points, Alan, to be fair.
What points does he make? Him and that fucking moron show. Two morons.
See, at least Beast tries to talk football. Bobby called in, and he didn't like his first call, so then he's flailing his arms backstage to get on again. To then ask the question, is Malachi Corley still a rookie? That's what he was trying to get back on to try and redeem himself. At least Beast.
You actually said that, Bobby?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
There you go, Alan.
Of course it was him.
I never blocked you. The hockey
but you know what? Your name is on the marquee.
Well, it's kind of funny how mad you are about getting blocked. So I don't hate the decision.
Hold on, I'm making comments. Hold on. I'm talking to people on the show, and 2 minutes later, I can't get on the show. And then I'll have people make comments like, what happened? I'm like, I got blocked like I do every other fucking show because that moron Gator would fucking block me. I know it's Gator because Gator is a fucking useless prick. I get it.
It's like a transition. Like you bring in Beast. It's like a buffer. It's like a transition.
Cash cow. If anybody wants Beast in the hole, give $50. If you didn't want to take him out of the hole, give him $50.
You're so jealous of Beast. That was in January, you bum. Get over it. Get over it. So first off, stop pocket watching. Second off, you're bringing up something from January. Today, Gary got sent to the hole. Was that a problem for you, Bobby?
Hey, Alan, Gator said he won't block you anymore. So there you go. See, I told you it wasn't me blocking you. It was Gator.
So it's Gator. Put that bastard on the show.
Listen, you got to have thick skin. You pretend you're the
All
heel,
I want to
right?
do is chat.
Wait, shut up. You pretend you're the
I'm
heel.
not shutting. No, you're very talented. Don't fucking block anybody.
When you would constantly comment on the Atlanta Hawks and on the Detroit Lions and all
People talk about.
I just got tired of it, you know.
Okay, but you know what? Not everybody's talking Jets.
I'll back off and vagina will heal.
So if I will say something about Trump, you could block me.
I don't give a shit about that.
Okay,
I just
but whatever.
The problem is I don't like you.
I'm glad you don't like me. This is not the Gator McCluskey show. But you're good when you do your little bits. You're good when you're mute.
Go on Connor's show. Don't be pissed at Connor.
I'm not pissed at Connor. You said block him off the show.
Yeah, that's a bit, Alan.
Yeah, but why?
Over that?
Right. I don't want to be blocked.
But the people in the chat probably laughed at it. That's probably why we did it. It's all about entertainment. Like, oh my God, you can't chat. I do 2 shows a day. You couldn't chat for the remainder of one of them. Who cares? You'll be fine.
I talk to people. I like to chat with people.
300 seconds.
Everybody hates my guts. I get it. I love it.
I'm not going to
People
block
can
you
hate my
anymore.
fucking
Just
guts.
come back
It's
on,
fine.
you big pussy. You bring some value to the show. I can admit that. I'm sure Jake feels that way. Come back.
Yeah, he does.
I'll stop blocking you.
It was you.
It was definitely me, but I haven't blocked you for more than 300 seconds, though. That was my limit. 300 seconds. 15 minutes.
5 minutes.
Well, thank you, Bobby. I appreciate the match. I like Connor. I like Josh. The other little bitch on that show, I don't like.
They're 13. What is wrong?
I don't give a shit.
Bro, say that to their parents, Alan. You're bugging.
I don't care.
Alan, you'd feel differently if you had a kid, man.
That's all you
I don't
need.
have a kid. I'm glad I don't
know,
care.
but you'd feel
Thank
differently.
God. Imagine being
Thank God.
Bobby, can you make me a mod so I can block Alan every now and then?
I appreciate
So they made you a mod, don't I?
Oh, all right. I got to go. I got some work to do.
Have a good one.
I made everybody a mod. Isn't he a mod? Everybody has a wrench.
Alan, we'll see you soon. And Dave Bringer for life.
Calm your freaky down.
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you got to make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.